is a D6 generation pip. Yeah, one of those dots on the side of a six-sided die. Yeah, a pip. You know, a short pip. Little something. Yeah, about anything gaming related. Sometimes featuring Craig, sometimes featuring Russ. We'll see what's coming up today.
Rules question.
All right, we're back. And Rafe has a rules question right off the bat before we even get into what happened last time. So someone think about how they're going to summarize while Rafe asks this compelling and riveting rules question. Go, Rafe.
Yes, hi, I'm Rafe Euphemia Granger, and my rules question is, I was looking up dual wielding because Joe was educating me about that.
Yeah.
And it said, I believe, that one has to have you can use a light weapon in each hand. That's not my question. And it says as a bonus action is what it said in there.
Yeah.
So how do I, as a rogue, if I'm interested in doing dual weapon fighting, how does one get something? Because it says bonus actions only come from your class or from a skill or something. Without having to take a feat. So if I want to, at my next upgrade, get the ability up score, but also do 2 weapon fighting, how does that work?
So I'll answer that one if you don't mind.
Go for it, Joe.
And so what happens is your regular attack is with your main hand. Every character gets a bonus action. As a second level rogue, you get cunning action, which allows you to take an additional action on top of that. That's not an attack. That's your dash, disengage, or something similar to it.
Hide, yep.
So you attack, even if you're a fighter 2-weapon fighting, you only get 1 additional bonus attack with that bonus action per round. So if I'm a fighter that's, say, 11th level, I would get 3 attacks normally. If I'm 2-weapon fighting, I'd still only get 1 additional with my offhand.
But where does it say everybody gets a bonus action? It said you just get...
Every round.
That's just a standard rule.
That's just a basic rule.
Yeah, standard rule. It's a move action, a standard action, and then a bonus action, and then a reaction. Those are your 4 things you can take.
The bonus action could be like drawing your sword or closing a door. There's lots of things that are bonus actions. And if you're dual wielding, your bonus action can be to strike with your second weapon. However, don't you get a disadvantage when you attack with your offhand?
No. You're mixing additions. You do lose, without taking a feat, what you lose is your ability modifier damage. So you only get the straight up weapons die, and you lose your modifier on the offhand.
So I was looking at my old printed D&D 5e. Is there some sort of upgraded? Because it said you only get a bonus. Trust me, I like what you're saying, but I'm trying to get better at the rules and not confuse my Pathfinder rules with my D&D 5e rules. It said you only get a bonus action by your class, a skill, or a special ability. It's not a standard thing, at least unless they change the rules or it's in the GM section or something like that.
No, I think it's saying I'd have to look up the book to see what you're reading, but you 100% everybody gets what Joe said. You get a movement action, a regular action.
Yeah, it's right here on the DM screen. I'm looking at it.
And then a bonus action. Right. I think what they're implying by that, Rafe, is that you get certain bonus action abilities through your class and stuff like that, like yours are.
Right.
But Russ is right. There are standard things that count as bonus actions.
Yeah, because you couldn't do a 2-weapon attack and then have a bonus reaction to an extra reaction to cast a spell if you're a spellcaster.
Or I can't then do my hide action.
Correct.
Right. So if you use your offhand, it's a way to balance it out. So if you use your offhand for that extra attack in a dual weapon, you won't be able to use that would be your bonus action. So you won't be able to use a bonus action to dash or hide or whatever.
Right. And hide is normally a full action. So because of your ability, your hide can be a bonus action.
I see. Okay. Note to self, picking up another melee weapon.
Are the rounds still 6 seconds? And if they are, where does talking fit into that whole level?
In my mind, I was just talking to my daughter about this. In my mind, it's like watching an anime cartoon.
Oh, I was going to say that.
You know, in an anime cartoon, they're in the middle of a fight. And the guy's like I was just watching Hunter x Hunter, and there's this big dodgeball game. Don't ask. And so in the middle of the dodgeball game, the guy throws the ball, and I swear 6 characters have 30 seconds of dialogue each between when the ball is thrown. It's like literally half an episode between the ball is thrown and it strikes its target. I feel like Dungeons & Dragons, those same moments happen in a round where you're just swinging your sword and like 16 people are talking about it at once.
Talking's supposed to be like a free action, and you're not supposed to say like a ton, but everybody says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep it under control. Once in a while you hear me say something like, hey, so time's running out. Finish your thought, because your guys like diatribing. And of course, we're usually too far away from each other in the game to really be able to do deeper talks. But it's part of the fun. You got to let that kind of,
Hunter x Hunter is great, Russ.
I love that.
My respect.
Okay, here's a
question. My respect for you has gone up by so many points, and it was already really high, Russ.
My youngest daughter and I, well, you should also know, we're big anime fans. We got this little puppy. His name is Sokka.
Aww.
Right? It was a tough between Apu and Sokka, but it ended up being Sokka because he was just too rambunctious to be Apu. He just
you got a puppy?
And lounge around all the time.
You got a puppy?
Yes, we have a little puppy.
I don't understand.
More about that later. We got to get on to the show here. So, who would like to summarize from last session? Speaking of talking too much and not actually having the action, who would like to summarize what happened last time?
Not Euphemia. I'm terrible at that.
Doc, don't make me go to the bard.
Doc, do it.
I have no rhymes ready. I'll do my best.
All right, go for
it. Man, what was even going on last week? So we were in the middle of a furious brawl with Heyman Cust attempting to flee away from the band of brave adventurers who weren't at all attempting to debate whether or not they should end Heyman Cust's life.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That did happen.
Whilst clearly destroying everyone in agreement as to destroying the zombies, at least mostly. Some debate whether or not zombies are perhaps natural or not did occur, but the zombies' lives were ended.
Oh, I don't think that happened. I think we all thought they had to go.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
It was Heyman Cust where we were like, ooh, is he an extension of these zombies? That was the real question.
Perfect. Yes, this is exactly the thoughts Karlik was obviously having the entire time during the fight. And what Karlik didn't realize, though, was that Heyman Cust might actually be a slaver, which might have been relevant to the debate as to whether or not Heyman Cust was evil or not. But we ultimately decided, that Heyman Cust, while perhaps being on the wrong side of the law, was allowed to flee and have his life.
So magnanimous of us.
That would happen. We inspected the well. Yes, Ulrich delved into the secrets of the well, which were many and plentiful. He's yet to divulge. Let us all know what he's discovered down there.
I think that's 15 minutes we'll never get back.
It was mostly involved cold water, honestly. That's what he mostly found.
It was bonding time between myself and Euphemia.
That's right.
That sounds illegal.
Karlik didn't think his horns would fit into the well, so he didn't dive on in. But then after that, the intrepid adventurers went onwards, and we're in the middle of traveling to another location to solve yet another person's problem. And that's
this one actually we're going to Thundertree, and we're actually supposed to meet a druid there that's going to show us how to get to, or tell us how to get to Cragmaw Castle.
Yes. In fact, I'm going to move the player view here. If anybody wants to share their screen, so our folks following along.
I think Rafe is sharing it, right?
It is. But on the map now, I've added a couple things just to help you guys keep track of stuff. You'll notice on the right-hand side of the screen now, you'll see that there is, in fact, a objectives object there you can click on. That'll tell you your current objectives. Along with on the map there, Rafe, if you scroll down a little bit and zoom out on the map, you will see that there's a scroll now in the ocean. And that scroll has a little list of things that are currently going on. For example, you can see that your primary objective still seems to be finding Wave Echo Cave, which is apparently where this ancient dwarven forge situation is that belongs to the dwarven families. Cragmaw Castle is where one of the missing dwarves has gone, along with his map, apparently. You need trying to find that. Now, Auntie has said that if anyone knows where this castle, or maybe even Wave Echo Cave is, it would be a druid in Thundertree, which is why you're trying to go to Thundertree. But you also got a few, not to put too fine a point on it, side quests while you're in Phandalin. including checking out Owl Well at the request of the Order of the Gauntlet, and checking out, having a discussion with apparently a Banshee and named Agatha. And then also there are some orcs around Weavern Tor that is supposed to be dealt with. And you can see the rewards accordingly there. And what you've been doing here is on this little gray trail. If you scroll to the right, Rafe, you can see it. On this little gray trail, you've been traveling north from Phandalin. You've just completed the adventure at Owl Well, where everybody just talked about the zombies. And that little red X there, that's where you currently just spent the night and had a nice long rest. As you're about to continue your travels today to go north along the edge of the forest here to Thundertree, right before the Neverwinter River. Right? So as your evening's rest comes to an end, you've all had a nice long rest and are appropriately recharged. Any special things going on today before you take off for your next part of your journey?
Ulrich has something he wants to say to the party. There's something important we need to talk about.
Oh, this should be good.
That is, we must agree that there are certain things that are evil in life and certain things that we spared the life of that red wizard of Thay. Although I believe they are, as you said, slavers, and they deal with undead. Can we all agree that in the future, when we run upon slavers and the undead, they are to be eliminated and not discussed?
Oh, I don't know if I agree to that. Obviously, if they have slaves, then yes. But just because they come from a culture that has slaves, I don't think you should blame an individual for the group of people they're raised in there. Uh-oh.
That didn't sound good.
What was that?
I think Joe just shattered.
That was my heart breaking listening to your brain say that. Now, I will tell you.
We shouldn't be labeling people just because. I will
tell you that unless you can give me a good reason, next time we stumble upon undead of any type.
Oh, I've got a great reason. I think murder is wrong.
Well, they're already dead, so you're not really murdering them.
Oh, no, we can kill. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, don't misunderstand me. If we need to smash some zombies, let's smash some zombies.
Just so we're clear.
So, abject murder, no. And undead decorporealization, yes.
Agreed?
Agreed. Yes.
All right. And as you come to that decision and you get ready to pack up for the day's travel, your estimates roughly, actually, would someone like to make a survival check to see how well you know the lands around here?
Oh, I'll do that. That's worth a few shits and giggles. Yep. Things look good to me.
You don't know how far it is to Thundertree from here. You know, it could be a day, could be a week. You don't know.
I only got an 11, Russ.
11's not bad. It's not that hard. You have a pretty good map. So, yeah, it's about on your pony / horseback. You're looking at roughly from where you spent the night. And you can see on the thing, I'm measuring the distance here, and roughly by horseback, you can get about 30 miles a day. So you're just about a day away from Thundertree. You estimate at this point.
So when Euphemia's auntie mentioned Thundertree, is this the first time I've ever heard that name?
Oh, you mean, well, you can go ahead and make let's see. You can make a history check if you want. Natural 20 wood. Hang on. I got to bring up the decks. I'm doing my decks here. Hang on a second.
I just wanted a card.
You did, apparently. Okay, we got the good luck deck here now. Now, normally I have the physical versions of this, but actually I paid for the PDF version and then scanned them in. So here they are. And if you want to get these for your own Roll20, you can buy them online through our friends at, wait for it, Seppi, our friends at Nord Games. Truly, they are for the Nord. So here we go. I'm going to bring out a card here for you, John. I'm going to expand it out. And so you can all see, here's what you just got there, John. So now if John right-clicks on that card and chooses Take Card, you'll notice that it will appear right above his little character name down there, and now he's got a card in his hand.
Dang.
And that'll stay until he uses it. So he's got that now for whatever. There are also bad cards if you roll natural one. So John,
apparently we discovered, right, Russ, you can only have one card at a time.
Yes. So the basic rules for these cards, these are a non-official expansion for 5e. And how they work is anytime you roll a natural 20 outside of combat, you get one of these. Anytime you roll a natural 1, you also get one of these things. They're different, though. The natural ones are unlucky cards. And they represent sort of luck that can build up. And you hold on to you use it. But the rule is you can only have one of these things at a time. So that encourages you not to save up a bunch of them and have them all in one big battle or whatever. You have to kind of use them. And if you get a second one while you've already got one, you can choose to swap out the current one you have if the new one is better.
If you have a good one, does it keep you from getting a bad one?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I have a house rule in my other campaign, and I'm using it here too, that you can spend a blue card to get rid of a red card. So the red card's if you natural one. So if you roll a natural 1 and you're stuck with that, and those usually read like you put it in front of yourself face up, and the DM can use it at will. And it's something like fail your next attack roll or fail your next skill check or whatever. So yeah, so you can use a blue one to get rid of it if you'd like to, which my other party almost always does. So there you go. So Johnny got that. Also, the good thing is you have heard of Thundertree. Actually, you know quite a bit about it. Near where the Neverwinter River emerges from Neverwinter Wood stands this abandoned village of Thundertree. And once it was this prosperous community in the outskirts of the forest, wealthy from the work of its woodcutters and its trappers. Then about 30 years ago, there was an eruption of Mount Hotno on the northern part of the forest, and it just devastated Thundertree. And in the wake of this natural disaster, it was rumored that some zombies came out and just did a bunch of destruction there. And the town's basically a ruin, and really no one's apparently lived there ever since.
So there was a volcanic eruption?
Yeah. Yep. Up in the north. See those little mountain range in the northern Neverwinter Woods there? If you scroll up a little bit, Rafe, you can see it.
Up there near the dwarves.
Yeah. I can see it. It's right here.
Yeah, there you go. Right in the southern part of that mountain range, there was a volcanic eruption. Yeah.
There's probably bugbear mischief.
You can see there's smoke coming out of the volcano.
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean there's hot springs?
Could be hot springs. Yeah.
Oh, I love me some hot springs.
So what time of day we think we're going to make it to Thundertree?
It'll be if you make good time today and there's no distractions, and what could possibly go wrong, you feel like you'll be there in late, like sun will be down by the time you get there.
So basically the way we play 5 gaming sessions.
Could be, sure.
Yeah. All right, well, Euphemia packs up the breakfast. She's a specialist in what's called one pot cooking. It's just one big, large, black cast iron pot, with the ring. It hangs over the hook in the fire. All of her meals can be cooked in just one pot, including desserts. So she gets that. She gets some sand, scrubs it out near the local creek, gets everything all cleaned up, cleans up her cutlery, her spatula, her chef's knife, and says, it's time to go. Time's a wasting.
Rafe, take a point of inspiration for properly taking care of your cookware.
All right.
I'm ready to go.
And you guys are heading out. All right. Anybody doing anything special on the road while you travel? Remember, you are mounted on your little ponies there, and you're making pretty good time, except for the
Alec, are you singing?
I am singing, yes.
I am singing with Cowlick.
I got my drum out as well. The little drum beat. Good part.
I want to ride.
You have a drum as well?
Mm-hmm.
He does.
No wonder we jam so well together. That's awesome.
I want to ride next to Ulrich and ask him if he knows how to use dwarven hand axes, if he's trained in that.
As a matter of fact, I'm like one of those guys and things. I have a few hand axes myself.
Okay. I want to. I won't interrupt their singing, but whenever I can, I want to be trained in some dwarven hand axes at which I'll tell you later, Russ. I came up with an idea, but I won't. It doesn't need to take any time to talk about it.
Well, just remind me about it next time you're having some campfire time.
I'm going to talk to Euphemia about working together in battle and what we can do to make ourselves a little bit more effective. Come down to the large skeletons trying to kill us next time.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, so you start going along here. I'm just checking for absolutely nothing happening, and you make pretty good time throughout the day. It's a beautiful day, actually. The weather's nice. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's early fall. Yes, Pyric.
Eric's used to nobody wanting to talk to him, so he stays silent.
Excellent.
I like it.
Feeling a little bit left out. The elf looks a little
Best day ever. Thanks, Your Grace.
And you're making pretty good time. You no real problems here. The singing's going great. The weather's perfect. And you get it right about here. I'm going to mark on the map a little blue X just below the M in Helm's Hold there. You get right about there. And as you're traveling along, it just feels like it's just getting a little bit cooler. And maybe the sun, like there's no clouds or anything, but it just feels a little bit darker. And there's sort of this uneasy feeling settling over all of you. It just doesn't feel right. And John, I need you to make a perception check with advantage.
Is anybody walking?
25.
Nice. Is anybody walking? Yes, you are all. Is everybody on horseback?
I thought I was riding my pony.
I was
riding. We're all riding. Yeah,
I think you're all on horseback. Yeah, you got one horse and the rest are ponies, right? I think that's what that was.
Yeah.
Unless Ulrich is not happy with the presents his pony's been leaving him, and therefore
I love my beasts. Of all the things in this party I like, you are the least of them. Let's move on.
So you got a pretty good roll there, right? There, John.
I ended up with a 25 with advantage.
All right. Something is just like terribly wrong with nature right now. Like there's just like something really, really out of whack. And you feel like the trees themselves are being infested or twisted. Like looking at them, they all look normal, but they also look a little bit.
Can I figure out what type of magic is affecting them?
Sure. Hang on a second here.
And an Arcana check or something?
Yeah, sure.
Not very good. I can't. I got an 8.
No, yeah, you're not sure about that. And as you go along here ahead of you on the road,
is this about trees, really close. Russ?
What's that?
Is this about trees?
It is a little bit about trees, yes.
Yeah, I'm on the record for knowing something and loving trees.
Well, these trees are about to get wild, so prepare yourself.
All right, go for it. Make a.
Is it Arcana or is
you can make an Arcana check here to see if this is something that's in your realm. You're going to have. I'll give you a straight up roll, no advantage or disadvantage.
Okay, let's try this. I have nature and I have Arcana.
Well, nature's better for this.
Do you say anything, Thalric?
I will try nature. I mean, my Arcana is better.
Well, I mentioned. Oh
boy!
Oh jeez!
Oh, my rolls!
Everything looks fine. In fact, you're not even sure the sun got dimmer. You think it's great right now.
I'm gonna rein in my pony.
All right.
And say, keep your eyes sharp. Something is amiss.
I'm going to dismount from my horse and walk with my sword hammer and short shield out.
All right.
I'm going to start scanning the tree line because they always come from the tree line.
Yeah, make up. Whoever's scanning, make a perception check.
I'll go on that. I'll join the scan thing here.
Oh, that's not so good.
Oh, hey, I got a card for that too.
You know what I'm going to do, Russ? I'm going to turn in my card to get rid of that card.
All right. Do you know how to do that?
Or can I just use my card to make my scan an automatic check, and then that means I don't get a 1? Or do I have to do that beforehand?
You would have had to declare it before. What does the card say? Click on the card. Tell me what it says.
It says this card may be handed to the GM at any time for the following benefit: succeed on a skill check. All
right, you can do that to reverse that one. I'll take that.
All right, so drag it out. I succeed on my skill check.
Okay, so drag it and drop it in the middle of the table. If you could do that, that'd be so kind. Hang on, I'm gonna go back to the map here. All right,
right here. I'll put it next to the M.
There we go, and I'll get rid of that. Oh, what layer am I? Oh, there we go. All right, we can get rid of that. Boom, gone. And then who rolled the other one?
That would be me.
All right, Joe, you get to use the other deck, Joe.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. Let's bring out the bad luck deck. Here it is. Joe gets. All right, Joe. Here's how your works. You get minus D12 after making a skill or attack roll. So why don't you go ahead and right click and take possession of that card. Just choose take it. And there you go. Lovely. And so Joe, you see absolutely nothing. Everything looks fine. But Thrall, you because you succeeded, you notice that up just in the edge of the ridgeline looks like there's 3 dead deer. Looks like a mother, because you know a little bit about deer and how they travel. Looks like a mother deer, a doe, and some fawns, and they all look dead. And you didn't have an amazing success. You just used a card, but it looks like they were. It doesn't look like they died naturally from where you are. They're a little ways up there. They're probably about.
I'll point them out. There is some deer that died over here. Does not look natural.
Venison?
I wouldn't recommend eating it to anyone but Ulrich. Feed yourself.
Aye, I will get food. Euphemia, we'll eat like kings tonight.
They're about 100 feet away, by the way. So you're
Are you two in agreement?
Are they on our path?
They're just, the road goes really near the edge of the woods, and they're right on the edge. They're right on the edge of the road, it looks like.
All right, we'll keep riding. Well, I guess Ulrich might have got off his pony, but I'm going to keep riding I'm going to ride toward them. Well, in the direction we're supposed to be going and see what happens as we approach.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Me. Yeah,
so Ulrich, you got off your pony, right?
I'm off the pony.
Ulrich, are you staying with your brother, just walking next to him?
He's walking? I thought he was riding.
No, he's right. Are you going to walk next to his pony?
I am moving. Yeah, no, I'm going behind him. I don't want him to get ahead of me. That would be embarrassing.
Okay. And then, but you're on foot.
Correct.
Right. Okay. And then what's everybody else doing?
Euphemia is going to follow her battle brother, Ulrich. She lifts up her left leg over the pommel of the horse, slides off the saddle, draws her bow.
All right. So you're leaving your horses behind, right? Both of you? Okay.
If he's leaving it behind, I am. If he's leading it with the reins, I'm doing that.
Got it.
Oh, great. Now there's 2 of them.
Oh, I'm not. If they're leaving horses behind, those are a real asset. I will collect the horses and follow after them at a distance.
So are you still riding and you're holding their reins, basically?
Yeah, that would probably be good because I'm also a coward.
Aye, your grace. Always.
How far back are you staying, Pyric? How far back are you staying?
It would depend. I'm going to look at Cowlick and see how brave he's feeling.
Cowlick's going to hang out by Pyric, and I'm going to play on my pan flute some eerie and suspenseful tunes that mournfully glide along with the wind. I'm going to pull out a copper piece, though. I'm considering casting Detect Thoughts once I get closer.
Okay, then.
So you guys are staying back like, what, 30 feet or so, you're thinking?
That sounds great.
All right. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. All right. Hang on a second. Just adjusting some things here. Nothing to see here. I'm sure nothing's going to happen. All right. Excellent.
Plus, if the creature decides not to jump me till I get to the deer, then I'm going to dismount when I get to the deer.
All right. Yeah, you do get to the deer. And you're so the 3 of you are together. You're going to dismount.
Oh, Cowlick. I think they're obsessed with dead things now.
And the other group of you guys are staying a little bit farther back. And that is when everything goes to heck.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here.
Better than a cowardly friend.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
I should have known this.
What's going on here? Can you zoom out at all to move around there a little bit?
Yep.
Rafe, can't tell if you can see everything. There we go. All right. Perfect. You can zoom back in there. All right. Excellent. So here's what's happening. So I'm going to go here real quick. So as you get to the deer, And so what you're seeing here in this current situation, you see the deer, the little family of deer there lying down on the ground. You can see that Thrall's right there next to them, and Ulrich's next to him, and Euphemia's next to him. Now, nobody up in the front is mounted, and you can see that Thrall's horse is right there. Meanwhile, back here, you two guys in the rear are mounted, but then you've also got the horses you're carrying with them. And all of a sudden, what you thought were more plants sort of nearby just sort of spring to life and attack. And they're getting surprise on you, unfortunately.
Brother, these are your people. Call them off.
So these things just like pop out of the woodwork here. And they look like they're like thorny bushes. They're like bushes standing there. All of a sudden they come to life and they start whipping around. And this one over here next to the horse comes up and just moves up and attacks the horse. So it just comes in there and it's like attacking them. And so it's going to throw a check at the horse here. Let's see if it can do anything. Oh, it misses. So it attacks the horse, but it misses terribly. And the horse manages to pull away from this foul creature as it does so. This other one actually runs up and charges you there, Karluk. And it's going to swing at you as well. Ooh, it gets a 19. What's your armor class?
Of course it does.
Got me, yeah.
So it actually reaches, it's got this like claw, these vines like suddenly, they look like they were sticks and all of a sudden they look quite sharp. And it's like piercing damage. It like cuts right into you and it's going to do a whopping 3 points of damage to you as it pierces in between the cuts of your armor there, the base of your armor. It doesn't feel very good. Meanwhile, this one is going to go right after the halfling. He comes running in over here and it's also going to attack you. And he looks a little different than the other one. He actually comes running up there and also swings his claws at you there, Euphemia. And he's going to roll an 18. Does that hit?
I believe, yes.
And his claws are longer and sharper than the other guys. So he actually ends up throwing 6 points of damage. Piercing damage also gets into between your armor. And this other one up here, he just he stays still and whips one of his arms and a bunch of needles like shoot out and come streaking right towards Thrall. You're next to the deer there, Thrall. So these needles come streaking out at you and he's going to try to hit you with those needles. And he gets a 19 on the hit.
That'll hit.
So you're going to take 7 points of damage from those needles. Poop, poop, poop. And then this other one, there's another one down here. He was hiding, but he all of a sudden appears as well. Down here. And he just runs forward and seems to be excited about the horse. So he runs up to the horse here and he also swings at that horse at
it's a pony.
The pony, yes. And he misses. Those horses are very nimble today. And he misses the horse. There's one more. There was a couple more plants there that were just sort of hanging out. And they also come to life and also attack. And by the way, John, you're just feeling, Thrall, you're feeling like this is just as wrong against everything you believe in is just not right now. This doesn't get any worse than this from a druid's point of view. And this guy also comes streaking toward you, Thrall. He seems to be really focused on you. He looks right at you, Thrall, and he's like, his eyes are glowing this malevolent sort of reddish green situation. And he also throws an attack at you with a big pointy branch-like claw. And that is going to be a 17.
That'll hit.
And he does. Fortunately, his branch-like claws aren't super pokey, but you take 4 points of damage. And this last guy also charges the horse. And let's see if your pony is your pony in trouble? Yeah, he's going to hit the pony this time. And let's see how much damage he does. Ooh, 5 points to the pony. The pony is bloodied. The pony is not loving that at all. But he's still up.
I know someone's going to be walking home.
So that is what we call a surprise round, right? So when you get surprised, they get a free round of attacks. So now we're going to roll initiative. Let me clear out the old initiative tracker here from last time. All right, start rolling initiative, people. Got to roll that again because I didn't have the track cleared. There we go. It doesn't actually automatically add them. I'll have to do that. All right, let me do this guy. I got to fix it. The tokens don't auto add themselves. It's kind of weird.
Nice roll, dog.
All right, keep track of what you rolled for a second there, guys.
It's up on the chat, Russ.
All right, initiative. And initiative. And initiative. I'm just rolling initiative for all my little monsters here. Just takes a second. They really need a macro. I think you can make a macro for this to roll all your monsters initiative at once. That'd be really super cool. But almost done here. Initiative for that guy. And then initiative for that guy. And then initiative for that guy. I think I got them all.
So, Russ, you can't see all the results, right, due to some reason?
Yeah, I'll have to go through and add them. So
here they are.
All right.
Karluk is first.
All right, hang on. Karluk, what'd you get?
19.16.
Great. And then I'll just go around the table. Pyric, what did you get?
I got a 14.
With your bonuses? All right.
I think
and
so.
And then Euphemia, what'd you get?
19.
19 for Euphemia. Excellent roll. And Ulrich, what'd you get?
13.
Okay, that could be better. And Thrall, what'd you get?
9.16.
Somewhat less than 10. Excellent. All right, here we go. So at the top of the list is one of the dudes, the one that's trying to get the horse, the pony. This one right here is going to go again. So here he goes. He makes a swing on the pony. This could be it for our little pony friend. He hits him. He hits him, rolling damage.
No.
Oh, the pony's still alive. He's still alive, but for how long? That's really the question.
Thrall's pony.
He is bad. He's in bad shape.
Did you roll a niche for the pony? Because it can disengage and run.
Oh, yeah, I did not roll a niche for the pony. John, why don't you roll a niche for your pony?
I'll just roll a d20 here.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know what his dex is.
+1, 16.
Oh, we'll go with 15.
We got a 16.
16,
according to Joseph.
Or yeah, Steeds have a +1.
Nice. Okay. 16 for the pony. All right, that'll be your pony. That'll be all ponies, just to keep things simple. All right. Moving on to the next dude. Let's see if I can find him. I lost my miniature here. Here we go. Oh, there he is. The one on Karluk is going to swing. Karluk, you ready for this? He swings one of his pointy branches, and he's +3, so he's going to get a 14. Is that enough to get through your armor?
15 with my ring of protection. Oh, yeah.
Nice. He glances off some kind of magical barrier thanks to your ring and is unable to strike you. And Karluk, that's good timing because it's your turn.
Karluk looks stunned that he wasn't actually hit. He's not used to that. He manages not to swallow his pan flute, draws out his long sword.
Yeah, you are quite surprised by this whole situation because a minute ago, it looked like a reasonably okay day and everything was fine,
My eerie music got my mind right, so I was ready to go.
Good point. Yeah.
So Karluk says, little herb, you will fit in a pot. Euphemia will make sure your corpse does not rot. And so then I take a swing at him.
Also, take a point of inspiration for that excellent rhyme.
Oh, thank you. I will burn that point of inspiration right now.
All right. Go for it.
Here we go. That's going to give me an 18.
All right. That is going to hit him. Roll damage.
All right. 11.
All right. You, what's your weapon today?
Long sword +1.
Long sword. So you literally come down and you you cleave this little branch creature in twain.
Twain.
And he just gets twained. And he is no longer functional, and he's just gone.
I turned to Pyric and gave him a toothy grin and a wink.
All right. Euphemia.
All right, a couple more rules questions so I don't get my Pathfinder confused with my D&D 5e. So if Euphemia wants to move, how do you do the arrow?
You can just
the little ruler.
You can use the ruler, yeah.
If Euphemia wants to move here, does she provoke any attacks of opportunity by?
She does. If you leave, because this guy is here.
Yep.
He would get a free strike at you now because you're not leaving this guy. He would not be attacking you, but this guy would.
So Rafe, you can use your cunning action to use a disengage action, and then move to here to get the flank on this guy, and then attack if you choose.
How does disengage work?
So disengage normally is a full action. Instead of attacking, you can leave without provoking an attack of opportunity. You're basically parrying yourself away. But because of your special rogue ability, you can use disengage as a bonus action, so you still get to strike.
And I don't have to roll or anything; it just works.
It's just automatic.
It just works.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
It works.
But there's other things you can do with your bonus action. Like, for example, Rafe, here, if you were dual wielding, your bonus action would be to attack again, but you couldn't do that if you were disengaging because, see where I'm going? So you get one regular action and one bonus action. Do them as you will.
And you still get 2 attacks, though, because that's your cunning action. You get your regular action and bonus action to attack him twice.
Because your cunning action's a net new category of action that only rogues get.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't take up my bonus action slot?
Correct.
No, it does. Why doesn't it use its bonus action?
Because it's a cunning action to do that. And then if he takes a full attack action, he can attack once with his weapon, and then he still has a bonus action to attack with his second weapon onto this one right here I'm pinging on.
I'm pretty sure my cunning, not to shoot myself in the foot, but I'm pretty sure my cunning action says to take a bonus action.
Yeah, the cunning action clearly states bonus action.
It's his bonus action, Joe.
Yeah, you don't get the cunning action.
You only get one bonus action. It doesn't give you an additional one. Yeah, you have to choose between this.
I thought it wasn't. I could be wrong.
No, I'm looking at it right now in the official compendium.
All right. Well, since I only have one weapon right now anyway, we can table that discussion. So I am going to swing, and I have advantage because I'm flanking. Is that right?
Yes. And you get your sneak attack bonus because you're.
And I'll get sneak attack,
Yeah. What the cunning action does, it lets your bonus action include dash, disengage, or hide.
Right. It just changes them from an action to a bonus action.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. So the best one was a 15.
All right, on the guy, which one are you attacking? Oh, the guy you had advantage on. Yes. Yep. That does indeed hit him. Yes.
Okay. And then my damage, we have to roll manually, is 1d6 -1 for those keeping track at home.
Oh, yeah.
Because I am not the strongest.
So 1 point.
So I do.
What are you using for a weapon?
Short sword.
You get to use your dexterity with a short sword.
Yeah.
For the
weapon.
Yes, for my bonus damage. Sorry. So right. That's right. So that's what I looked up because it's a finesse weapon. So I was screwing that up before.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about your strength with finesse
you get
weapon.
+3 to damage. That's 5.
Okay. So I got 5, and then what am I at? 2d6. Yeah.
Plus another 2d6 for sneak attack.
He's bloodied already.
Did it roll 2 of them?
Yeah,
it did the first time. Yeah.
So you got 5 and 5, so 10 points of damage total.
10 points total. So he's still up, but he's very bloody. You definitely he doesn't really bleed. He's really been sappied. So he's got like little goo coming out and parts are missing.
15 points all total, Russ.
What's that?
15 points all total.
Oh, 15 points?
Yeah, because I got 10 from the sneak attack and 5 from my weapon damage.
No, you rolled sneak attack.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that's what those aren't the dice I saw.
It came out.
No. He rolled it twice by accident.
Oh, yeah, that was not what I saw. Yeah, all right, sorry. So he's messed up, but he's still up. All right. So he's a little bit of a mess. Euphemia sneaks around and does some fifi backstabbing there, messing that one up pretty good. The one that's really been messed up by Euphemia, still there, very frustrated by you, Euphemia. So it swings back with his claws, and let's see how he does here at you. And he gets a 20, modified 20 there on you.
Oh, I'm going to get raked right across the belly.
Yeah, he hits you with some big, pointy, needle-like claws that are piercing damage. Yeah, it's going to be 2d4 plus 1 damage. So let's see what he does here. You're going to take 6 points of damage.
Euphemia staggers back, and so much so Pyrex never seen her stagger like that before.
Ooh, are you bloodied, Euphemia?
I'm role playing.
Yeah. All right. Euphemia has been bloodied. She's in bad shape, and it's time for this guy down at the bottom of the screen here. I'm pinging him in the southmost pony. It's almost the pony's turn, but before this pony gets to go, this guy also swings out, and he's got an attack going on here, rolling to hit. Again, piercing claws reach out, also hitting the pony. But these guys don't have quite as big claws. So there's some that have bigger claws than others. And this guy does some damage to the pony, but the pony is still actually not bloodied yet. All right. So that guy is a mess. He's not a mess, but he's hurting. Okay. And moving on is the pony's turn. All right. So this pony here will disengage. So Thrall, your pony will disengage and run for it. So
run like the wind.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He gets down to here, just hoofing it. Quite literally.
One fast pony.
This one here will also disengage and run. They're just freaking out. So he's going to run this way. 5, 10, 15. He's going to go over there. This one also was running over there. You guys have to make a riding test. The two of you that are still on your horses, these are not trained war horses. Okay. These are very affordable, small town podunk horse situations going on here. So you got to make riding tests because they're trying to rear up and just get the heck out of Dodge. So make a riding test to see if you can animal handling test to see if you can keep control of your horse.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I'm going to roll a 1 and a 2.
All right. So Karluk, I'm going to say Karluk just rolled a 3. So Karluk, you're going to be thrown from your steed. You're going to take D4 points of damage as you get thrown from your steed. Actually, tell you what, make a dex save to see if you can land without taking any damage. I'll give you that. How'd we do?
21.
Ooh, you make that look good. You just the horse rears up and you just flip off with a little backflip with a bardic flourish. You're like, yeah, I did that. And your pony hoofs it also. So I'm just going to duplicate this other pony over here. And Karluk, your horse actually is running over that way. I'll make him a little bit bigger so we know he's a horse. There we go. Horse. Let's see. Pyric, how'd you do on your using inspiration to stay? Okay. It's a DC 15, by the way. So what's your animal handling bonus?
1. It's a 15.
He got a 12.
Because a 10's like normal and a 15's like hard. And this situation with a panicked horse, it's hard. You got to know what you're doing on a horse. If a horse rears up, and as someone who's been on a rearing horse, I can just tell you, it's not an easy situation. It's a little bit scary, quite frankly. So yeah, okay. You rolled you did not take control of the situation. So make your own dex save there, Pyric, to see if you can. And you also had a horse. Your horse also flees. How'd you do, Pyric?
No.
Oh dear. Yeah, you're going to take D4 damage from falling off the horse.
Okay.
So yeah, you take 2. It's not too bad. You are prone at the moment, though. Just bad news there.
Russ, give yourself inspiration for actually having a game that uses animal handling.
Why would you not have animal handling? Come on, it's in there for a reason. Okay, so moving right along. Pyric, you are prone on your butt. Basically means you got to spend a bonus action to stand up, essentially.
It's half your movement.
Part of your movement.
Half your movement.
Right. Yeah, half your movement. There you go.
Okay. I do that.
What would you like to do?
I'm feeling without hope. So I'm going to look to the northern star, channeling its beautiful, illustrious silver lights through my staff and into this. Oh, now it doesn't want to ping. Oh, because I'm on the wrong screen. Into this particular wooded creature. Oh, no, still not working. Here we go. Into this particular wood creature. That is what I call, the light of the northern star is what I call my magic missile.
Oh, nice. Right.
I've got a lot of fun names for things that come out of me.
Okay. And
that sounds like a discussion for another time.
Magic missile.
It's going to create.
I mean, we know who it was in the last tavern you were in.
Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range.
Yeah, you don't have to roll to hit. These things fly like anime missiles. They just like whistle all over the place and they hit your target.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that I help my friend Euphemia with this one.
Okay.
And then 2 will go into this one, which knocked me on my butt.
Okay, so you're spreading the love. Okay.
Oh, I've been known to spread the love.
Missiles flying everywhere. It's a mess. Okay.
Here's the one for Euphemia because you have to protect your friends. And that one took 4 points.
Yeah. All right. So the good news there is the missile strikes the heart of this creature, like literally where all of its the central cortex of its branches, and it just blows apart. And Euphemia, you squint as little twigs and bristles go through your hair, and suddenly it's just gone. It's just not there anymore.
Duck.
Oh, you didn't know I could do that, did you, Euphemia? And here we go. And the other one takes 7.
And again, they strike right into the heart of this creature. It's a little smaller than the one you just blew up that Euphemia had been fighting and had been damaging. But this one also is just obliterates and like splinters fly everywhere, and it's just gone.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to chase after my horse.
Right. Yep. So I'm going to spin your horse around. This is your horse. Hoofing it over there.
Okay.
And Doc's horse is heading the other way. There you go.
I have exceeded my expectations for me, so I'm going to now become useless yet again.
So, Rafe, if you scroll to the right of your screen, you will see the horses just sort of heading around in ponies. There's the 2 bigger horses and the several smaller horses running around over there. And then the one bloodied horse down near the bottom, past the giant rock, is Thrall's pony, who is very bloodied and not happy. All right. Speaking of not happy, Ulrich, it's your turn.
Aye, a man of words, but no deeds is like a garden full of weeds. How bad, Euphemia, are you?
When you look at her, she's bloodied across. She's leaking blood underneath her armpit. She's been raked across the belly, and she looks. She's still in the fight, but she looks pretty shocked.
Aye, take care of yourself, little sister. I'm going to lay on hands for 10 points of damage. So you're going to heal 10 points of damage.
Nice.
She is no longer bloodied.
And then it's going to be 1, and that's 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Do your worst, plant creature.
Hey, Joe, as your dwarf runs across all the deer carcasses, make a quick dex check. It's only DC 10.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make it. Hey, acrobatics. We just said this to me. Make an acrobatics check.
I will make it.
Hop through him with brute force.
I will conquer it.
There's a reason the DM puts the little shadows of deers on the table. That's all I'm saying. How we do?
That.
What's your dex bonus there, dwarf?
0.
Okay. So bad news. You get to here and you trip. So your movement ends right there. Boom. Now you still got your action. So if you want, you can spend your bonus action to stand back up, and you can strike the guy next to you.
My action was to lay on hands.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. You fall on your face right there. You trip over one of the small fawns and just go down face plant.
Can he use the rest of his movement to stand up since he only moved half his movement?
Yeah, sure. That's fair. I'll allow that.
Okay. So I'll stand up.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, I think there's a bardic song in there somewhere about that. Okay. So anything else, Joe? Are you good? You going to need your bonus action for anything?
No, I don't have a bonus action. I'm going to, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to use one.
All right. Fair enough. So dwarf is dusting himself off there, and your brother. So Thrall, you just watched your brother like run up there and have a great saying and just fall flat on his face. He trips over a deer carcass
That's pretty standard, I think. All right, is my turn?
It is, yeah.
I need my bear token.
You do. Hey, I moved those. There's now, you'll notice that near the top, there's a folder called Animal Form. Do you see it?
Russ, can we get rid of these cards? It's taking up real estate for me for the viewers at home.
Let me get rid of them. There you go. All right, back to the bear tokens. Here we go. Animal Form, brown bear. Boom. You're gonna switch out yourself there, John? Here we go.
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, I got the wrong person.
Oh, you're taking the wrong dwarf.
There we go. Zoop. All right.
All right. So as a bonus action, I turn into a bear, and because my brother tripped, I don't get a flanking action on this. So I'm going to maul this one, and I'm pinging.
All right. So he just with a roar, Thrall just morphs, and it's still a little disturbing, quite frankly, to see this whole transformation take place. Think of the Howling, but with better special effects. And all of a sudden, he's like a giant bear.
I got my brown bear.
I thought he smelled bad before.
All right. You get multiple attacks, right? Don't you get your claws and a bite kind of situation?
Yeah. So we'll start with a bite.
That's going to hit.
Okay. And we'll do the damage on the bite is 1d8. Boom. 1d8 plus 4. So that's going to do 9 points of damage, piercing.
All right. So you just like bite into this thing and you snap it like a twig. You snap him like a twig. I worked on that all day.
Russ, give yourself another point if you don't have one already.
Just snap. We're going to give one of these guys a reroll, Ray. Thank you. All right.
All right. And then I will claw this one.
All right.
In theory. Oh, so close. 14. Does 14 hit?
14 does hit. Yeah, you just barely catch it with one of your claws in his little gnarly bits there.
And he takes 9 points of damage.
And it's just enough to rip through, again, that central sort of nest where all of the little gnarly bits connect together, and you shatter him into pieces, and he's just gone.
And then if you hit me in my gnarly bits, I'd be shattered too.
Then with my movement, I move down here.
All right. Yeah, there's a one you can get around that guy. So you get around him there.
Growling at him the whole time.
All right. Nice, Thrall.
I'll finish it here.
All right. Sweet. All right. So this guy up here gets to go. And again, he like rallies another arm, and you can see it's just loaded with these thorns. He's got like these like rose bush type thorn arm situations, and he's whipping it forward, and needles are flying out. And let's see what's going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's one of the closest people. Going to roll a D6 just to see who that is. 1 or 2 is Ulrich. 3 or 4, Euphemia. Euphemia, you're going to take the shot here. And he fires his thorns. And he gets a 17. How'd that do against you?
So Euphemia's mended very well from her belly wounds are gone, and she stands up, and a thorn just catches her right in the rib cage.
All right. 2d4 plus 1. A nice low roll. It barely catches you in the rib cage, though, and it kind of glances off you a little bit. So you only take 3 points of damage.
Yeah,
Rafe, I think the monsters have figured out that Euphemia is our leader.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. She does look very bold there. All right. So that was him or it. And this other one right next to the bear really has only one choice. It's going to swing at the bear. So here we go. It's rolling to hit here. What's your armor class, bear?
Only an 11.
That's exactly what he got. So he hits you and rolling damage. Again, this is one of the littler guys. And so he doesn't do quite as much damage, but his little thorny bits do slice into your bear fur for 3 points of damage. And we're back to Karluk.
I'll save you, Euphemia. And Karluk's going to do a goring rush, which allows him to do a dash action. So that would be 2 move actions. That'll get me all the way over here to the thorn throwing individual.
Yeah. He looks a little bigger and tougher than the other ones that you guys have been beating up. So he definitely looks. In fact, the one that Euphemia and Pyric took out together was the same sort of creature. Some of these plants are a little bit denser and stronger looking, and this is one of those.
Yep. And Karlik shouts out, "You may have thorns, but I have horns." And then uses his horns as a bonus action.
Nice.
Ooh, 12.
12 is just enough. Your horns actually do catch them. Again, in some of those knotted areas, they're not that hard to hit, honestly. They're just so, basically they're plants. I mean, so your horns do catch them. How much damage do you do?
Let's find out. 6 damage.
Right. He is hit hard, and it looks like he's starting to fall apart, which would be parlance for bloodied. So he's definitely starting to lose his coherency, and his plant bits are not holding together as well as maybe they should be. Any other effects from that attack?
I guess I have sap on my Minotaur horn. Otherwise,
it is a little sticky. Yeah.
Oh, let me see. Do I push him back at all? No, I don't think I do. No.
All right. Nice job, Karlik. Euphemia.
Yes. One thing that many people know about halflings is they're extremely brave, and also having done this maneuver with Karlik before, Euphemia runs straight ahead and looks like she's going to run right into the back of Karlik, but she doesn't. At the last minute, she squirts underneath his legs using the halfling nimble ability.
Nice.
And will strike at the bloodied creature using my point of inspiration for... Oh, wait, do I not need to... Is this counted as flanking for advantage?
Is not. To flank, you would need to be right here.
On the other side. Okay. Yeah. I didn't have enough.
But it is badass looking as you slide between the legs of a Minotaur and then strike up with your daggers as you slip through. That's pretty impressive. Or a short sword.
Let me make sure I get the rules right.
I'm often impressed when I slide in between the legs of a Minotaur.
Can I use my
Don't
dash?
Look up. Or maybe you should. He is wearing a skirt. Have you seen his miniature lately?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, so I can use my dash action to get to here, and then I can move to here, and then strike.
Move to there.
Yeah, if you can make it far enough to get there, you can do that. Yep. And as long as you don't leave his strike zone, you don't provoke an attack of opportunity. So that's totally. If you have the movement for that, you can totally.
I do. Yep.
Yeah, that's just badass.
It is. Okay.
Slide around and then.
And then I have to move this a little bit. I have to move it even more.
And you taking advantage?
Yep.
Using your inspiration.
Oh, now I don't need to.
He doesn't need the inspiration.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's automatic. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't move the screen out far enough.
Uh-oh.
What'd I get?
I don't know.
Poopy.
I think your highest is an 11.
11.
This one, he does manage to get a branch in the way and blocks it somehow, even though your move looked really, really good. He manages to thwart you. All right, the horses go, and the ponies and horses are hauling butt, so they've kind of left the map, meaning that you're gonna have to spend some time chasing down your creatures here. This one's also running away. Yeah, they get a little ways away, so that's not great. Also, a guy. Apparently, there was at least one more who. The bear seems to have provoked. And so this creature comes around the corner and charges.
Honestly, the bear. I feel like they provoked us, but
he moves fluidly through the trees there to the south of you, bear, like they're not even there. And he comes right in, and he's flanking from his buddy there, and he's just going to attack you with his piercing bits. And I thought he was going to have a nat 20, but instead he just deflects off bear fur. No problem, despite his advantage.
He channels Pyric.
Pyric, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, Pyric, that Ulrich is slowly changing your name to his.
That's not fully surprising. Yeah. So I'm going to chase after the horses. Because somebody has to.
Okay, so the Thrall's pony, which is badly wounded, went south, and the rest of the horses and ponies seem to
follow the blood trail.
I think that one can be tracked. It's the other ones I'm worried about.
All right.
So I'm gonna run after them the best I can.
Okay.
Where are we? That would probably take me off the map.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll just move you over there. We're gonna what I like you to do, I'm gonna say you're gonna get close enough to try to sort of attract the horses within 20 feet of you.
Okay.
So if you'd like to make an animal handling check, and if you can give me a really good role-playing reason why this is going to work for you, I might consider giving you an advantage.
Well, let me see if prestidigitation can help.
All right.
Harmless sensory effects. Yes, I make myself smell like carrots. How harmless is that?
Okay, so there's this huge aroma of carrots and other horse trees going on.
Good.
All right, that's fair. So take it, if you're going to use that, is it a cantrip? Sure.
It is.
Yeah, so you're using it with that cantrip. I would say you do have advantage in animal handling to try to track back the horses here. And here's what I'm going to say. DC 10, okay, you get 2. Okay. DC 15, you get 3. And if you beat a 17, you get all 4 of the ones near you there. And all you got to worry about is the other guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Luck don't fail me like usual.
All right, here we go.
That's okay.
I
rolled really good.
You're like 0 at the moment.
Yeah, I love role playing.
Oh! Woo! Boy, even the pony down in the south might have smelled that. But so here's the good news, Park. I'm going to put you back on the map just so we know where you are. The horses do all come back. They look a little grumpy. You don't actually have carrots. So that's a thing. But you also get a card.
Well, that's nice.
We're going to add the good luck cards back here. So Pyric, the card you get is you get to reroll a failed skill or attack roll. That is a very handy card for you.
That seems like something that's good for me. I don't know why, but I'm going to take that guy. I left
so
click.
Just right click on it and choose take card, and it'll add it to your hand.
Oh,
this
thank
session
you.
or next time.
I'm now picturing that Pirate can barely keep his robe on as the horses are nuzzling and digging for the carrots.
Yes, you nailed it. And actually, because it's a nat 20, well, you already got the card, so that seems fair. So there we go. Nice job, Pyric. Well played, sir. Yes. All right, Ulrich.
Dear guts, gross. I'm going to.
Yeah, the deer smell. Now that you've had a chance to really inspect them closely, and I say closely, your face planted like right into their hides, you can see they've all been pierced by what looks like long needle-like branches. And then it looks like some of their innards were like sucked back out. Like,
all right.
Yeah.
It's like my brother's cooking very well. So I'm going to very carefully step away so I don't slip again down here. Say, is a slave of all slaves who serves none but himself. For the flank, my brother! And attack.
All right. How'd you do?
I'm doing Warhammer one-handed.
Oh, nat 20. Okay, so now on attack nat 20s, we don't go to the little decks over there. Instead, we use the critical cards, which also are from our friends at For the Nord Games. No, they're just called Nord Games. They don't have the 4 in front. So here we go. We've got a critical hit deck for players. So I'm going to pull this out, and I think I've showed this, but I love these guys, by the way. I definitely buy this. They have all kinds of cool decks. If you're a DM that likes to have random monster encounters, they have decks of random monsters, all kinds of stuff. All right, here we go. Joe, what are you using, Joe? Is it a hammer?
It is a hammer.
All right.
Time.
You batter the creature's shoulder, so you get maximum double damage.
Ooh,
so it's like you rolled maximum and then double it. Don't roll. You get maximum and then double it.
16 plus 5, so 26 points of damage.
26 points of damage. So nice. That dude is just shattered. He just like blows apart. So you come running forward. You gave your awesome speech, and this thing is just blown to pieces by your hammer. And Thrall is saved. Or was he? Speaking of Thrall, it's your turn.
You're welcome, brother.
I just show Ulrich my hairy ass as I move over here.
You're looking at giant bear anus, is what you're seeing there.
Is it Russ, does it affect my movement to move through this bush?
Yeah, it would be difficult terrain for the bear.
All right, I'm going to slide here, which will set Thrall up if he wants to flank over here.
All right.
I mean, Ulrich. And then I'm going to attack.
All right.
I will bite this bastard. 11, that hit or miss?
That actually misses. So,
all right.
Ironically, the smaller ones are a little harder to hit. They're a little more nimble than the bigger ones. So,
and that 20, and that 20 with my claws, though.
Not 20 on the claws. And these are pokey. So
slashing, actually. Claws are actually slashing.
Oh, are they slashing? Okay. You slash the thing's shoulder gets badly slashed for maximum damage. So you do
maximum damage. All right, that will be 14 damage. I mean, no, right. 16. I'm sorry, 16 damage. 16.
He also is
math is hard.
He's just shattered to bits. So you cut him in half and his branches just fall to the ground. And so there's only one opponent left at the moment. And one lost pony at the moment. And then
I'll move up here with the rest of my movement.
And it's this last guy who is there, and they don't seem to have any sort of like they feel plant-like. They don't seem to have any sort of morale or concern for themselves or anything like that. So he just keeps fighting on, and we're gonna see it's 1, 2, or 3. It's Euphemia, or 4, 5, or 6. It's Karluk. Oh, it's Euphemia. He still likes you, Euphemia. So here we go. Rolling the hit. Oh, but that's probably gonna miss. What's your armor class?
14.
Yeah, 6 is gonna miss. So he can't get his act together there, and the creature misses you. It is now Karluk's turn.
Ooh, Karluk is going to smash the twig before him.
All right, go for it, Karluk. The creature looks like it's in bad shape.
18 hit.
That does hit.
All right, damage.
You have advantage, Karluk, too.
Oh, might as well go for it.
Yeah, you might get a critical.
See if you get a critical.
Make it pretty.
No.
Ooh, not quite.
That's all right. Hit him anyway.
11 damage.
And Karluk, you just shatter this thing also, and it is gone. So good news. You have defeated these creatures that were attacking you. So yay, nice job, everybody. And as the sort of your battle lust clears, you realize when you look over to the right, you see Pyric coming back, followed by most, but not all of your mounts.
Hi, Pyric, you smell like vegetables.
Oh, thank you for noticing. And I don't so much have battle lust as abject terror.
I thought you were going to say straight up lust.
No, I don't do anything straight.
Hey,
on
Russ,
that note, I'm going to move over here, Russ, and I'm going to sniff around with my keen bear smelling sense to see if I can tell if there's any more of these predator-like plants.
And Euphemia wants to take an action too. Just let me know when.
I move away from the bear's butt.
Make a perception check with advantage, Bear.
All right, I just learned I use my perception, but I get to use his thing, so that's pretty cool.
All right.
So I got to go to this. But I have advantage because of my keen nose. So 22 was my high.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you don't feel like there's any more nearby, but you get a sense just that the woods in general to your north and east just sort of have this wrongness of smell to them that you hadn't really noticed until you got in this area, but it feels like the whole region is kind of permeated with this.
Now, are we going in a more, or is our path going to take us in that direction or away from it?
So let me take you back to the map here and I'll show you.
That direction.
So back on the map of the Sword Coast, I'm going to scroll down here. The little blue X is where you are now. If you scroll down, Rafe, you'll see it. The little blue X next.
So it's kind of going away from it, right?
Yeah, you're going Thundertree's on the edge of these large woods too. But the woods kind of pull away for a bit, and you're still quite a few miles away, so you can't really tell if this, because you didn't smell it down near the owl well, right?
Right.
So you can't really tell if it's all of these woods or just this particular area of the woods, but it feels like something's going on in these woods. But you don't really know how far away it goes.
Russ.
Yes.
Euphemia is going to walk up to the deer, and she's looking for any salvageable haunches or venison for tonight's meal.
All right.
I'm going to do a nature check. I don't know. Is that what I would do? Medicine?
Hey guys,
nature?
I got to run. I've got a guy in one of my laundromats who's not supposed to be in there. So.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, we'll pause here. We'll just have you do your quick nature check, and we'll pause here in about 5 minutes. We're just going to do the nature check real quick on the deer. Sound good, Doc?
Yep.
All right. Good luck with your issue there, Doc. All right. Rafe, what did you want to do with the deer?
See if anything's salvageable for cooking.
Oh, for cooking from the deer? Yeah, how'd you do there? It would be there isn't really a cooking skill, is there?
No.
I'm looking at it.
There's cooking utensils that you're proficient with, but I don't know what you would use as your base. I think it says under them, but I don't know that off the top of my head.
I feel like animal handling in this case, maybe, or nature, or medicine. I would allow any of those.
I did a nature check.
Since knowledge of health would tell you if it was bad for you, and since nature would tell you if this was a really good edible version of the animal, and since animal handling also. So how'd you do?
I got a 6.
Yeah, you don't know. It's a dead deer.
I'll go help Euphemia. If you're doing that. Hi, little sister. Let me help you with that.
I could take it. I can't tell if any of this is salvageable. I used to be traveling with a butcher, but he disappeared.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, I know you guys. I mean, it's dead deer, and it doesn't smell as bad as you might thought it would. So,
Euphemia's not going to risk it where she doesn't know if the creature's poisoned this meat. So she's just not going to risk it. She leaves them all put.
All right. Excellent. Okay. So the only issue you have at the moment is you're missing a pony.
Well, I can go get it. I can get out of bear form and go get it.
All right. Why don't you see if you can recover it? Make an animal handling check to see if you can find it with advantage because there's a blood trail.
Well, can I wouldn't survival be for tracking?
Sure. Survival works too.
13.
What's that?
13. Oh, did you say advantage though because of the blood trail?
Yes, I did.
Still 13.
You do find him, but it takes you so long. He's on death's door. Like he needs healing or he's not going to make it.
I use healing word on him.
Okay.
Actually, I just use cure wounds on him.
Okay.
If I can I walk up to him? Is he going to let me walk up to him?
Now you got to make that animal handling check.
All right. Well, here's what I'll do. I will use.
Hey, Rafe, that's the third animal handling check today.
I will use.
Awesome.
I'll use healing word, Russ. So maybe he won't be as skittish then when I go to approach him.
Oh, because he's healing word like a. What's the difference?
Healing word has range.
That's smarter. Yeah. Okay. You can probably get close enough for healing word. You'd probably have to do the animal handling for touch.
That's what I mean.
Yep.
He gets 5 hit points back.
He actually looks unbloody now. Unfortunately, ponies aren't super strong creatures, so that was a huge heal for him. So he's feeling pretty good.
And then I will.
He comes and nuzzles you as like a little thank you.
All right. So then I can just
pony
lead him
love.
back. Do I have to animal handle at this point, or am I good?
Nah, he's pretty chill with you now because you just healed him.
Let me mark down my usage of spell. Okay.
All right. So good news. You survived the surprise encounter. All your horses made it out alive. I really didn't think that was going to happen. I thought one of those horses were going to die. But no, you kept all your steeds. Good effort there, everybody.
I don't want to be dishonest. So if we have any kind of tubers or anything with a very carrot-like texture, I want to be honest to the horse people of our party and feed them accordingly.
Euphemia, what do you got in your stocks there? Do you got any carrots?
Tubers. I'll take tubers.
Let me take a look.
What does the barn have? What did Auntie have?
What we're going to do is we're going to roll a D6 to see what she finds in her bags. 1 and a 2 will be tubers or carrots.
Oh, carrots!
I found a carrot.
Nice. All right, fair enough. Yes, you find the carrots, and the horses seem most.
You just have to split it between 5 horses. But
yeah,
that's okay.
Euphemia has enough, but now Euphemia, your stocks are a little low.
Yes.
To the point of potential embarrassment to serve some of your recipes without proper ingredients.
Yeah,
I couldn't be dishonest to our horses. That seems
so it's a little awkward now. It's a little awkward situation going on now with your ingredient levels for some of your foods. Okay. So excellent, guys. Nice job. So you took care of these crazy plants, and you're ready to set back on the road. How hard are you going? You haven't lost a lot of time yet, and all your horses are still rideable thanks to the healing spell. So are you guys going to push on to?
How wounded are people right now?
I could use a short rest, but I could also move on.
I'm saying I'm sore, but could move on.
I'd like to get us some distance from these woods. Something is tainting these woods. It's great. Do I know anything about these type of plant creatures? Can I do a nature check?
Make a nature check, yeah.
I mean, I'm not good at nature, but who knows? I might roll well. Which is kind of weird. Oh, that was history, but same idea. It's both 0. So, I got a 4, so I don't know. I've never seen.
Yeah, you don't know anything about this situation. It just doesn't feel right.
All right.
Definitely something wrong with this woods. Hopefully, it does not affect the woods up by Thundertree.
I love all things historical, so I want to know if this is a historical, normal phenomenon for the region. Can I make a roll there, Russ?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to use my card to re-roll that.
Your skill card. Yeah, spend it.
Good call.
Bring it out.
Because my rolls have been spectacular today.
So, Pyric, drop
I had a 1, 2 2s, a 3, and a 20.
I should get another 20 to balance it out right here.
How do I get rid of the card?
So if you click on the card, you'll see it in a little window pop up, and then
I keep on hitting the wrong window. I got it. I got it. And then
just drag it on the tabletop.
And I'll grab it. Oh, there we go. Okay. And now somebody can do something with that. And I will re-roll.
Once you get it on the tabletop, I can...
it should be on the tabletop.
There you go. Re-roll your thing.
And now I got a 5.
All right. So the good news is you don't take a red card. The bad news is you still don't know anything about this situation either.
That's awesome. If you take all my D20 rolls today and add them together, they're less than one of my D20 rolls.
All right.
Is it worth taking a quick rest for yourself?
No.
We should travel away from here a bit.
Agreed.
I'm gonna.
And I'm not. When I say that, I'm not speaking to Ulrich at all. I'm talking directly to Euphemia.
Russ, I'm going to use my knowledge.
My back is facing Ulrich.
So
your plan is to take to travel like an hour or 2 north of here, and then take a short rest.
Yeah,
I thought you said we're pretty close, like half a day's travel.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, but we should still. I would suggest we still rest before we. We don't know what to expect at this Thundertree.
That is wise.
If you trust me,
there could be more of this bad wood or whatever is going on.
Once regardless of where we set up,
you're about 12 miles. You're about 12 miles, which is a few hours. You can on your horses, you do about 4 miles an hour. So at 12 miles, you're about 3 miles away. 3 hours away. So taking an hour ride north of here and then resting a short rest would be something that's not too crazy.
That's what we'll do.
And I'm going to inspect the camp, Russ, make sure that it's, walk around a couple hundred yards in each direction in a circle, make sure there's nothing out there to be found that's going to attack us.
All right.
I ask,
make a perception check, Joe.
I ask Ulrich while he's walking around to see if he finds any field carrots.
11, baby. You know it.
All right, Ulrich, did you also make a nature check to find some field carrots or survival check? Survival check.
So that's me. I'll make a survival check. Yeah,
yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ready? 16. I got carrots up the wazoo.
Yeah, you find some. It's not like the biggest supply ever, but you got enough to replace the lost stocks.
Euphemia. I found.
Well, they're tubers. They're not necessarily carrots. They're tubers. So you got to kind of make do, Euphemia, but it'll work. You're not as embarrassed now by that.
Basil, carrots, tubers. It's edible, isn't it?
Oh, you found basil too. I needed that.
Excellent. So you set up a nice camp. Ulrich does a good job scouting things out, and you're ready for your short rest, which is a perfect time for us to pause this evening since Doc had to leave us. We don't want to leave him too far behind. And we're about 2 hours ride outside of Thundertree.
Russ, can I take this time? It might interest the listeners to talk to you about how I want to train with Ulrich, but it requires a GM maneuver.
Yeah. Well, you could be training now. So let's say during the short rest or whatever, you can do some training. So how do you want to describe this?
Here's what I'd like to do. I would like to learn how to do 2-weapon fighting as the way we described.
Okay.
But I want to use a short sword and an axe, but I can't do that. I can 2-weapon with them. That's not a problem. But a hand axe is not a finesse weapon, so it screws up my finesse abilities to use my dex.
Yeah.
I want to be trained by Joe on the axe, and then look for, when I'm totally making this up, it's called a dwarven hand axe, which is a finesse weapon. It's a little bit smaller. It's like a hatchet. So I don't need to find it today. I'm just throwing that out to you as a hook if you ever want to do it. I'm not looking for bonuses and damage or anything like that. I'm just looking for the fluff.
So here's how I would normally rule this. So I like these kinds of things. You would have to find, you can train with Ulrich, and you happen to know 2 dwarves. So I feel like between a good dwarf and your training, and Joe, are you proficient in hand axes?
Absolutely.
All right. So you could probably think of a way to design a lighter, more finesse, halfling-sized hand axe.
I like that.
And then you'd have to find a really good blacksmith to make it for you, and it probably wouldn't be cheap. But if you can pull all that off, that's your little side quest to create your own dexterity-based, finesse-based hand axe. How's that?
Okay.
So a really good DM once taught me, Ross Watson, that you never say no. You always say yes, but, but you always add a little challenge to it, but you can do whatever you want.
He's really just reskinning a dagger.
Right. Yeah. We're making a cool looking dagger.
You're changing it from piercing to slicing, probably, or slashing.
Yeah.
But
it's just fun fluff, right?
Well, I do want to keep the axe's damage, which is 1d6 versus 1d4.
Oh, is it? Is it an axe? Well, that's the same. Then basically, it's instead of having a second short then. So
right,
but
an axe is not a hand axe is not a finesse weapon, which is what I looked up.
No, I know. So you're kind of reskinning
I'm making it
dual wield short swords and kind of do this already.
Exactly, but I don't want to do that fluff.
If you want to make it fun, which is cool, you just got to find someone to make this thing for you.
Okay.
I've actually got smith tools, and if we get to this forge, I will help you make that.
There you go.
Oh, even better. Cool.
Right.
And in the meantime, is there a dagger that somebody would loan me? I don't have a dagger.
I brought a hand axe, so I wouldn't need a dagger.
I can make a really sharp icicle.
All right, I'll be on the lookout.
If I had one, you could have it, but I don't think I do.
And Rafe, I was thinking at 4th level when we get feats, I was going to increase my strength, but I can take Sentinel as a feat. Which let's say you and I are sharing a square, or somebody you're near me. If they attack you instead of me, I get a free attack on them. And that means they're less likely to attack you. They're more likely to attack me. That would I can do that if we want to kind of work on that as a training thing. I was going to take Sentinel at 8th level if we get that high, but 4th level, I have less chance of hit, less chance of damage, but it would be a cool thing if we're working on teamwork. What to do.
Would be cool. I'd have to somehow bump my armor class up, though, if I'm going to be toe-to-toe with people.
You don't need, the idea behind it is you don't need to, because if they attack you, I get a free attack on them. If they attack me, then they don't lose that attack. That also, when I attack them, it makes their speed 0, so they can't chase after you. If you use your bonus action, your cunning action, to disengage and get behind me.
Okay.
Or get away. And so it's just something to think about. I mean, we're not 4th level yet, but I was thinking that would be a nice little setup with a rogue, kind of trap the opponent from chasing you down. And if they attack you instead of me, I have the higher AC. They get the minus of being hit. in combat or being struck, getting an attack at them.
Yeah.
I have a small pocket knife.
Done.
Short sword.
Who'd we give the +1 protection to? Was that Doc?
Doc, yeah.
Doc just saved him. It saved him damage in this fight.
Oh, it did. Good. Okay.
Yeah, he got missed by. The other thing I'm going to do while we got this moment too is Brawl at some point while we're doing the short rest is going to go up to Pyric and say, "Here," and he hands you a small pouch, and it has all the coin from the Red Wizard that we got. So it was. I can tell you exactly what it is if you want.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you there.
So it's not much, but I don't care for this. I don't need coin.
Well, I'll make sure this gets back to him.
Well, it's my understanding, even if you don't give it to the Red Wizard, you could use it to put towards scratching some more spells in that book of yours.
Oh, that would be nice. You're very thoughtful there.
So it's 7 silver pieces, 4 electrum pieces, it looks like, 4 gold pieces, and 1 platinum piece.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Excellent. Well, I think we've reached a great pause point for the evening. Excellent session, everybody. And we'll pick up next time, just a couple hours ride south of Thundertree.
So here's the final score. Ripley has 147 victory points. Hicks has 132. I have 117. And Hudson has 87. That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. What the frick are we going to do now? Put the game away.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the interlude. A little bit between our two D&D sessions today. Or as the great Welsh skald Owen Staten would say, the time between times. Yes, I'm playing too much Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so skald is now in my vocabulary. I wanted to give you guys a quick D6G update, and then also a mini review of Forgotten Waters, a fantastic board game that my oldest daughter gave me for Christmas. So I wanted to share that with you as well. But first, I did want to give a quick update on the D6G. And I really wanted to thank so many of you listeners out there, all of you for listening, really. Obviously, 2020, unusual year for everyone, right? And of course, the show did pivot again due to our inability to kind of get together and do a lot of things closely. We obviously started playing a lot more D&D remotely and decided, what the heck, what if we recorded this thing and sort of made it the show for a while, since Craig and I couldn't really get together and play very much. And so that's what we did. And the reception has been fantastic. I really appreciate that. I also know that a lot of you, though, are still saying, hey, we missed the board game reviews. And so what Craig and I are going to try to do, hopefully as 2021, hopefully we start to turn to a little bit of normal. What we're kind of hoping to have happen here is try to make one episode a month, D6G related, Dungeons and Dragons related at least, and then at least one episode a month other game related, miniature games, board games, that kind of stuff. So you'll get your dose of role playing, and then hopefully a dose of board games or something else as we go along. So that's the plan. I hope we can stick to it. That's what we're going to try to pull off here. But thank you again for all the great feedback on the D&D, and I really want to thank all the amazing players and contributors who have been making the time weekly to do this with us. And as you can hear here, we are doing it every week. And then bring it together. But I did want to take a moment and thank all of the amazing patrons in addition to our listeners. I know the show has changed formats, several times through the years, and so many of you have stayed with us and kept donating and contributing and helping keep the lights on here and help us keep it going, despite the fact that we're changing formats and changing things all the time. And I just wanted to really take a moment and say thank you to those of you who've really made that happen. And I did want to kind of take a particular thank you for the folks who have been with us so long that their lifetime contributions, our Patreon, are really kind of spectacular. And I took a moment to kind of go through that. And, as a new year gets here, you always kind of reflect. And so I created these little levels I wanted to compliment, and I'll let you guys try to figure out what the levels mean. But we do actually have one person who I will call a 2D20 contributor. our 2D20 contributor, and I won't use your full name because I won't embarrass anyone, but John H., thank you so much for your years of support. John's been with us since 2014, supporting us on Patreon, which I believe is on Patreon. We first added the Patreon support to the show, and to this day, he's still supporting us at quite a generous contribution level. So thank you so much, John, for sticking with us. Now, right below the 2D20 level, actually a level below that, we have what I'm calling the 3D6 level, the 3D6, which is a substantial lifetime contribution level. You guys can again try to figure out what a 3D6 contribution level means versus a 2D20 contribution level. But our 3D6 contributors, there are quite a few of these guys. And again, thank you to all of you. The vast majority of our 3D6 guys, in fact, all of our 3D6 guys have been with us pretty much since 2014. So thank you to Brent K., to Peter, to Benjamin G., to Mark D., Andy R., hey Andy, Duncan A., and Kelly C., as well as Eric L. You are just below 3D6. There's a little tip. You're just below the 3D6 level, but I'm throwing it in there. Actually, so is Steve Steve C. Steve C. is just below that level as well. So thank you to those guys. And then the level below that, I'm going to call 3D4. See what I'm doing here? 3D4. See if you can figure it out. These are also some significant lifetime achiever contributors to the show. Thank you so much for keeping the lights on here. JG, Chris Y, Frank R, Chris C, Richard H, all the folks at that level as well. Now, there are so many folks who've got significant lifetime achievement donations below that. And I just want to say thank you to them as well. Everybody who's a patron, really. And we want to do a little more for our patrons and to surely say thank you to you. Now, for those of you who may not know the benefits of being a patron, I mean, most of it is thank you for helping us, really, quite frankly. But we do have some bonus content for patrons. There's an entire, what we call the Lost Chapters back catalog available from Patreon, which are hours and hours of D6G content. But then also the D&D episodes, they're audio only on the main D6G channel, but on Patreon, there's actually the video version. So you can actually see us using Roll20.net. You can see all of our faces as we chat and talk throughout the role-playing session, and you can actually see us move the models and get a much better feel for the combats or the situations as we play through. So there's that as well. The other things we're looking at right now, adding a couple more things for patrons. One of the things I want to do is my daughters are like, Dad, you should really get into Discord. I'm like, sure, but we're using this other thing. He goes, no, you're an old man, get into Discord. You got to. So I think we're going to try to use our Discord servers here and maybe try live streaming with live chats in Discord for our live sessions, as well as having channels and chats for other things on Discord. That'll give us a lot more capabilities to keep in touch with you guys. And of course, what's really nice, there's a fantastic integration between Discord and Patreon, so we can really give Patreon members better access to not only each other in private communities, but also talking directly to the various contributors in the D6 generation. So not just Craig, Rafe, and myself, but also all those other role players that are now joining us also. So if you want to talk to John or Joe or Seppi or anyone else, you'll have access to them as well as a patron also. And you'll also be able to chat and hear us live record those sessions. So I'm working through all the technology on that. Doesn't look too hard. A lot of folks are doing it. So I think there shouldn't be too much trouble, but I'm looking forward to doing that as well. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. And again, if we can get that working with the D&D stuff, Craig and I can also try to do it for our game reviews to get you guys feedback there. So again, thank you for all the Patreon support. We really, really appreciate it. And if you'd like to become a patron yourself and help support the show, go over to patreon.com/the D6Generation, or just head over to the D6Generation.com and click the Patreon link, and you can get started that way. All right, enough about that. Thank you so much again, everyone. But I wanted to give a quick game review. Again, my thoughts on Forgotten Waters. This is a game that I've actually been eyeing, and my oldest daughter, I don't know if she saw me eyeing it or if she just kind of looked at the game and like, this is my dad's kind of game. It's got cool art. It's got pirates. It's sort of a story game. It's got some legacy sort of elements to it. It's got an associated app. It's by Plaid Hat Games, of which many of the Plaid Hat games have been family favorites of ours. for a while now. And so she picked it up. And I have to say, we had a really great time with it. We actually played through 2 sessions on 2 different days, days back to back there between Christmas and New Year's. And what the premise of the game is that you are, in fact, all the players, and it handles, what's also nice about it is it handles 3 to 7 players, so pretty high player count. We played at 4, but what's interesting is the structure of the game. I don't know that more players would slow the game down in any appreciable way. So if you're looking for a nice semi-cooperative, high player count game, because 7's a pretty good number, so fantastic for the holidays, for example, Forgotten Waters has got you covered. And what's also fun about it, again, it is a pirate storytelling game. It's got that sort of book sort of mechanic that Plaid Hat's been experimenting with, which is you get this giant spiral-bound, full-color, oversized book that basically serves as one of the 2 game boards of the game, right? So you're going to open this book, and the different pages of the book are different locations or situations that you're going to find your pirate ship in. So as I was saying, everybody in the game is actually a member of the senior crew of this single pirate ship. Now, your goal is to progress through this unfolding story, and it's very much a story. It feels very much like you're hearing a story be told. So your job is to progress through this story and just survive. And the biggest problem with the game is your ship is constantly in peril and being threatened with imminent game-ending death. So there are a bunch of ways that all the players together can lose. Your ship can sink. There are different scenarios that different endgame things. In one scenario, you're being chased by a Royal Navy vessel, and if that catches you early, you lose. I'm sure there are other scenarios. There are actually several scenarios. I haven't played through them all yet, but they all have this sort of death mechanic. And then also, if your crew mutinies on you, that's another way you can lose. So there are several different ways the game can end on you in an unfortunate sort of way. But if you can manage to progress to the end of the game, then of course you collectively as a group have survived and heard the full story to its conclusion, right? Which is good. But also as you're playing this game, another interesting mechanic of the game is there is a pad, like a literal pad of paper that is pre-printed on it with a whole variety of different kinds of pirate archetypes, right? And these pirate archetypes are really fascinating. So it is a pad and they all look sort of the same, but what they could have gotten away with was making each one of these pad things the same, but they're not. There's like, I don't know, I want to say 50 of them, maybe more. I didn't really count them all, so I don't know how many are in the pad, but think of this pad of paper, and each page is rip-outable and then foldable in half like a little pirate booklet. And on the front of the page is sort of this star constellation with a symbol on it that sort of represents the archetype of the pirate you're going to choose to play. And each player is going to pick one of these little pages. So, for example, I'm flipping through now, and there's the Cannonwright pirate, or there's the Alchemist pirate, or there's the Thespian pirate. They're not all serious. There's the Parent pirate, for example. I played in one particular game the Safety pirate, who I thought wittily named my Safety pirate, because you write your name on the top. I named him Lifgord. Yes, say it 3 times fast. So Lifgord was the Safety pirate. But anyway, below on this page, not only do you have this constellation, which sort of like looks like a star constellation with a symbol that sort of represents the overall goal of your pirate. So, for example, the Cannonwright pirate sort of has a bomb as this constellation. The Thespian pirate has the 2, theater masks as this constellation. The Seeker pirate, my one daughter played the Serpent pirate. There's all kinds. There's a Trickster pirate, the Lovesick pirate. So the Seasick pirate, for example. So anyway, so you have this thing. Below that constellation, which is full of circles you're going to color in. So think of almost like, it reminded me very much of the Assassin's Creed skill trees, where you have the sort of constellations, or I think Skyrim may have done that too, where you color them in. So they took a cue from video games. And as you progress, you're going to color these circles in on your constellation. And some of these circles have little exclamation points, which are going to lead to major life improvements or sort of leveling up of your character. And then below that, there's also a matrix with all the major skills of the game. And again, each of these skills can also be leveled up, and some of the skill points have stars in them, which allow you to color in the constellation. So basically, you're going to do things throughout the game that are going to cause you to level up these skills. These skills are what you do for all the checks. So think kind of like D&D checks, out of combat checks, same sort of thing. You're going to be making these checks. You're going to be told what the success numbers need to be, and you're going to roll a D12. The game is full of D12s. You're going to add your current skill rating, and if you equal or exceed the various categories on the various pages of the situation you're in, then you're told what to do. So you want these skills to be high because it gives you better chances of success, but you also want to improve these skills because it's going to get certain, those skill boxes are going to have stars in them, which are going to fill in your constellation, which are going to fill in exclamation points, which give you more progression for your character's story. And you read these little paragraphs. And then the ending for each pirate, whether it's a bad ending, a good ending, or a legendary ending, is based on how much of your constellation you filled in. So while everybody sort of can get to the good ending of the ship by helping the ship survive, for your personal pirate to have a good or legendary ending, it's going to depend on what your pirate personally does. So you have two different motivations. One, you definitely want to make the ship survive, but two, you want to get your pirate to a legendary ending. And sometimes, in some situations, you're going to see moves that are better for progressing your pirate that aren't necessarily good for the ship at that time. And so that's where the sort of the tension comes in. And that's why I called it kind of a semi-co-op, because you're kind of trying to make your pirate cooler. And there's some negotiations that happen there as well. One other little fun thing about the game that makes it a little bit silly, I mentioned there's all these little stories on these little handouts, these little pirate pages that you rip out and fill out with your own pirate. There's like a Mad Lib section on the back where you fill in these blanks. And then as you read different sections of your pirate history, there's a backstory you read in the beginning. And then when each of those constellation events on your occur, you also read what happens to your pirate. And then all the endings have paragraphs to read as well. Each of these endings is full of those Mad Lib blanks. So when you start filling your Mad Libs in, you're kind of making a humorous story for your pirate as well. So a lot going on there. And it gets you right from the very beginning to kind of realize this is a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek fun story game. It's not necessarily the super dark, uber secret, serious pirate game. Components, off the charts cool. It comes with a nice little cardboard 3D construct that holds the major tokens of the game and the major decks of the game. As I mentioned, the art in the book, that the giant spiral bound book, is fantastic. And this book is full of different locations. And the other game board is it looks like a little map that you're going to put different hexagons on, hexagon tokens that are going to indicate the kind of a sea. So you might put some islands on there. You might put some, clouds on there, storms on there, things like that. Destinations on there, enemy ships, for example. And then your ship token is going to move around on the board. As you explore the board, you're going to reveal more of these tokens and kind of see what you run into. And that is going to, in the end, dictate which page you turn into the book to see what's going on. So you might be in a volcano village. I just opened the book up, and you have this really cool art on the left-hand side showing the volcano village. And on the right-hand side of the book, you have all the different actions your crew can take while you're in Volcano Village, along with explanations of what those actions do. And what's really interesting about this as well is there's a timer that has to get set, and all the players must select where their crew member is going to go inside that time period, or the ship takes a morale penalty. And again, if your morale gets too bad, the ship mutinies and you lose. So the game and actually specifically says, don't read all the details of all the actions, just go for a high level. Like, don't read exactly what the tables inside the market say. Just decide if your pirate's going to the market, or is he or she going to explore the crater, or is he or she going to go to work the ship and maybe do ship repairs. You don't need to read the exact percentages of those things to work out. There are some icons that you learn pretty quick that tell you which skills are involved in these different areas. So at a glance, you can kind of tell if your pirate's going to be particularly good at some of these, and you can kind of convince your other pirates, hey, let me go work the ship because my skills are really good there. Well, you go explore the crater because you've got better exploration skills. But the other pirate might be like, yeah, except that if I really want to go bury my treasure, because if I bury treasure, that gives me more constellation points. So I'd rather go bury treasure, but but someone needs to go explore that crater, and you've got the best exploration. And that's where the little discussion can come in, but technically you're supposed to be starting the timer before that happens. So there really isn't a lot of time to have those kind of debates, which is really interesting. Now, the other thing about the game that makes it pretty unique is the fact that it uses an app. And I'm using the term app loosely. They say the word app in the game book, but actually it's a web page. And I actually like this better. So you go to their web page, and when you go there, there's everything you need to set up the game, to get started the game. You pick the scenario, and then the web page is going to walk you through all the different events that occur. And this allows the game designers to have what other games have done in the past that are very story-driven, is they have that giant book of all the paragraphs you read, and something will happen in the game, and it'll say, read paragraph 485, and you go through the giant book and you find paragraph 485 and you read it. Well, in this version, it's all on their webpage, and you simply go there, you type in the number it says to read, and you get, what's really cool about this is they have, most of the scenarios are narrated by professional narrators, and so you have someone come in and read it to the group, and you can hear it. And why I prefer their webpage over the app, That means that if you want to, you can fire this thing up on, for example, your living room TV's console, like on your PlayStation or your Xbox, and have the web page up there and see it on your giant TV and hear it on your nice stereo speakers while you're playing. Or you can put it on your laptop, or you can put it on your tablet, or you can put it on your phone. It works pretty much anywhere. So pretty brilliant call there on that one. And the app works surprisingly well. It walks you through game setup, walks you through all the events. It adds nice background ambient noises. So, for example, I mentioned that location book. So if you're on like a port or an island, you'll hear seagulls, you'll hear the sounds of a dock. If you're in the middle of a boarding action, for example, the book actually opens up to a page where you see a boarding action, all the things you can do, where you can fight the crew or fire the cannons or whatever. And then you'll hear the background noises in the app of what a combat between ships might sound like. And there's really a lot going on here that's really cool. Like when you start to engage the enemy, you'll actually have one round of location where you're actually at cannon range. And then depending on how well you maneuver and do, that means that you stay at cannon range and another round fighting there. Or maybe you've closed. Now you're going to flip the book to the boarding action page and do that. Or maybe you ran away and now you're at the page of the book where you're fleeing. Really a lot to like about this game. It's really a fantastic sort of piratey experience. There's so much here to like. What I love about it is because of the circle cards and you're filling them in, and because of the nature of how the story unfolds in the app, and it kind of really feels like it's sort of a choose your own adventure situation. It has the feeling of a legacy game, but unlike legacy games, there's no permanent change happening to the components of the game. The only thing you are burning through that pad of one-use different pirate archetypes, but you can print more of those out from the web page. So it's not a big deal to make more of those. The new ones you print out won't be quite as cool as the ones that come on the cool little blue tinted pad, but they'll be fine. So you're really not doing any permanent change to your game. So for those folks, I know there's some folks out there aren't big fan of legacy games because they can't bring themselves to permanent rip up cards or whatever. This has got you the feeling that you're making something unique, but without actually doing any permanent change to the game. So I really like it. I really can't recommend this highly enough. My girls loved it. They can't wait to play it again. My wife enjoyed it. Not too complicated. Very easy to get going quickly. Mechanics very understandable. And again, the components are beautiful. And the tongue-in-cheek humor that's present throughout the narration, the app, the instructions, and everything else. Classic Plaid Hat. A lot of fun. So again, check it out. Forgotten Waters from Plaid Hat Games. One of my favorite gets from holiday season 2020. Now, back to your Dungeons and Dragons.
The D6 generation. Not as smart as Yoda, but not as dumb as Jar Jar Binks. Wise, the announcer is. Hello.
All right, and we're back for another session here. Who would like to give a summary of what happened last time? Any volunteers?
Oh, I don't want to do it because I was too busy with introspection. I think it should be Euphemia who got into all the trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a thing going forward. It's the person who took the most damage in the previous episode is required to do the recap. Because if 2020 taught me anything, Russ, it's pain is learning.
Pain is learning. Okay. Well, under those rules, Rafe, I do think it might be you there.
Just notice with the squad box thing, we look like a screwed up Brady Bunch.
She sits down on a small round stump, reaches into the cook pot, takes out a spooning of the oatmeal for the morning's breakfast with some brown sugar that she sprinkled on top. And she looks to Ulrich for help, and she says, I kind of remember starting deep down in a well, but then we climbed out of that, and we traveled a bit of a ways, and I think we encountered some weird tree stick people that flung needles at us, and I remember that hurt pretty bad, actually, until you came and healed me, Ulrich.
That's true, sister. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, yes. Considering how we represent ourselves, we should call them the Briar Bunch.
The Briar Bunch.
Briar Bunch.
And I do remember that Pyric had the very astute thinking to go track down the horses and the ponies that had gotten scared away in that altercation. And I think I remember Cowlick gored a couple of them too. That was pretty handy to have happen. And Thrallrick turned into a giant bear. That was fun to watch.
But when doesn't he?
And then we're still traveling into a destination I'm not quite sure of. I think we're going to some druidic place to find some druidic masters. And I still keep thinking we're rescuing young maidens, but I don't think that's what we're doing.
We already did that. And I didn't find that very interesting for some reason.
That's it.
Excellent summary.
We're near Neverwinter.
Rafe, take a point of inspiration for including your breakfast ingredients with your description there. That's pretty great. Yes, you just finished. You had you finished a situation at the Owl Well, and you moved on and actually got into an encounter with what looks like some sort of situation where there were dead deer and there were some plants that weren't quite right. And you fought your way through that, but it was kind of a heavy fight. So you traveled a little farther, but then you set up a short rest situation. So you guys just had a short rest. And you got about an hour. You got about 2 more hours ride outside of Thundertree.
You just finished a short rest?
What's that?
We just finished a short rest?
Yes.
And it's not uncommon for when I get in a ruckus with some fellas that I need a nap and a sandwich. So this makes sense, the short rest.
It does. Does anybody do anything special when the short rest happened? I think we're just kind of having it happen at the last session. I didn't know if I'm going to do anything besides just the usual.
I'm just going to use one of my hit dice.
Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar, you can, for a long rest, you get all your hit points back. For your short rest, you got to spend hit dice and you roll them like that. Just rolled a 6. Nice one. To heal some hit points, kind of recover some tiredness there.
Don't forget that, Doc, you can sing and everybody can get an extra D6 hit points back for the hit dice they spend, I believe.
I was looking. Is that under? Do you know what that's under? Is that Bardic Inspiration or Inspiring Presence?
I don't.
It's something rest.
Song of Rest.
Song of Rest. There you go. You have to sing us a bovine lullaby.
I will do so, about young bovine crashing from cradles out of their trees.
Yeah, beginning at second level, the Song of Rest. There it is.
That's an additional D6. I'm going to spend a hit dice as well.
So do we each get an additional D6 then, Russell?
If you spend, do you have to spend your hit die, or do you get it no matter what?
You spend the hit dice. You
got to spend a hit die, but you get D6 extra, and it doesn't matter. You only get D6 extra no matter how many hit dice you spend. So if you spend 2, you still only get 1.
As Cowlick
I'm at full, yeah.
As Cowlick strums the chords, I'll break out into the following song. Sing us a song, my bovine friend. Sing us a song tonight.
That's awesome.
We're all in the mood for a melody.
It should be
the punchline.
It should be the Dairyman.
Feeling all right.
Who knew Euphemia had such a deep voice?
Sing us a song. You're the Dairyman.
Euphemia, that was beautiful. You can't unscramble an egg, and I can't unhear that song. Fantastic.
Ever.
All right. Excellent. Okay. Or something.
Question about how this the mechanic works.
Yeah.
What else would I have the potential to spend hit dice on as a practicer of the arcane arts?
That's the only thing you spend it on is this. So the mechanic is when you do a long rest, you always get all your hit points back, but you only get 1 hit die back. So
you get
go ahead, John.
Seppi, you can use arcane recovery once per short rest, or once between long rests on a short rest. Is it on your sheet? Because I can look it up. I can't remember the exact numbers, but you can get a certain number of spell slots back when you take a short rest. You get 1 slot left back.
Yeah.
Is it just half your level? Is that what it is or something? Oh, okay. So that's the only other bonus. Yeah, you can't do anything crazy with hit dice.
Okay, so there's nothing I should do with my.
No,
you're not trying to save anything.
I will use 1 die, and then with the bonus, I automatically cap out then.
It kind of captures getting exhausted, because if you're constantly short resting and spending hit dice and you're not getting enough long rest in, you start to run out of hit dice and then you have a problem. But it's really just for this mechanic. So.
And Russ, I'm going to tromp around several hundred feet in every direction to circle around the camp where they're resting, because I don't need long rest, short rest, and just make sure there's nothing to be noticed or that might surprise us while we're resting.
All right, make a perception check there.
Oh, jeez.
Nothing's free, Joe.
Yeah, that's right. Well, but it's perception, and I'm a dwarf. All right, so let's see. Perception. Knock it out of the park here, kids.
Oh, you're so close.
Oh, you're feeling like this place is totally secure. He rolled a 2. Everybody.
You were so close to glory, and then you fell back down to Ulrich.
Yeah. All right. So Ulrich is patrolling the perimeter. He looks like he's doing actually a completely incompetent job at it. He's stomping a lot. Animals are scattering. It's really pretty awkward to watch, honestly.
I'd be concerned, except for I'm not worried what's out here.
No one will be coming to our camp. They know where we are, and they're afraid of us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You did a great job of letting everybody know that they should not come here. Thank you, Ulrich.
You're welcome, Your Grace.
So, yes. So as you finish your rest, Ulrich finishes his patrol. You're ready to move on. Anything else you want to do? As I mentioned, you're about 2 hours ride by your various steeds there to Thundertree. Your horses are looking a little better because you did lay some hands on the really wounded pony there. So it looks like they'll be okay.
Do I still have that sense that there's something wrong with the woods in this area? Because we did travel north.
Oh yeah, that's
you travel north a little bit, but you're still getting a lingering sense that the woods are still not right.
Hey, wizard, you're the tree expert, right? What's wrong with these trees?
Oh, now that
I can smell something foul on them, and I'm upwind of Ulrich, so I know it's not him.
Oh, that's a great thing for me to take a closer look. Now that I'm not confronted with my internal cowardice, perhaps I can concentrate a little bit better and figure out what is wrong with what is going on here.
I'll aid him, Russ, so he has advantage.
Okay, so is it better for me to use, for this instance, Arcana or Nature?
Well, if it was just like general tree knowledge, it would be Nature. But you're trying to remember if you've ever done any research or anything on any kind of magic or other things that have sort of done weird things to woods, I guess. So this would be an Arcana thing with the druid helping you to make it Nature. So you're going to get advantage. So if another player assists you and it makes sense, which in this case it does, you would get to roll with advantage. So you get 2d20, pick the best one.
Okay, so we're going to do Arcana plus the druidic understanding of shenanigans. Is there an extra avenue for religion in there? Because can these chain into like, I understand this, and then this goes to another something?
I mean, you don't know if there's religion involved in this right now, but it doesn't feel like it would be effective.
Okay, let's try this phenomenon. It's a funk phenomenon.
Yes.
I believe it's some sort of blight.
So you get to roll 2d20 because you get advantage. So a 16
that
is a good
is
start.
More than I've rolled in 3 sessions.
So now you get to roll another d20 because you might even do better than that.
You weren't lying about your knowledge of trees.
No. So you take the 16, you add your Arcana bonus. So what'd you get?
21 there.
Nice. Okay. You seem to remember in your research, and as you were kind of going through, you're kind of talking out loud, and for all to be like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. Maybe it's this. And you sort of getting to an area of blight. You've heard and researched blight before, which can cause trees to go, and it sometimes is caused by different things. You think you remember reading once that there's this thing called there's the Fae and there's the Dark Fae. And you think you remember reading once that there was this Dark Fae energy that sometimes can corrupt woods and can increase blight. There's also rumored there's sometimes vampiric trees that do it, that live near vampire lairs. And you also seem to recall, with a 23 you said?
21 there.
21. You also seem to recall that occasionally, very rarely, it's like super rare, almost unheard of, once in a while, there's some chromatic dragons that also can cause messes in woods.
Oh.
So I got the list right there.
Yeah.
We have Dark Fae. Folks who are
Dark Fae. Yeah.
We have treants or trees, sort of
vampiric trees that live near vampire lairs, not trees.
Yes, that's what I.
Well, the treants were in this next chapter in the book you were studying back then at the academy.
Okay, so these are vampiric trees,
potentially.
not vampiric.
That's the second thing it could be.
Yeah, and that not vampiric treants. They're vampiric trees.
No, right. Well, it could be. I mean, you're not really sure about it. You're a little fuzzy on exactly where the vampire trees came from and whether or not they could walk around like treants. But who knows? It could be a thing.
Okay, and then
Eric, is this a necrotic effect?
Oh well, I don't. Last time you guys, the people, you weren't kind to the unliving, so I hate to say that is a possibility. It is sort of a possibility. Don't tell Ulrich. He will go start. Oh, he will.
Give me an axe. I'll show you how to treat this boy.
Oh yeah, that's what I was afraid of right there. Yeah. And but Dark Fae. It could be something in and around like hidden shenanigans by creatures of an untoward nature. Fae that have been twisted or forsaken their original calling. Or it could be a dragon.
Perhaps if we continue forward, this Radolf, this druid of
and
this,
now might be a good time for me as dungeon master to say that the training wheels are actually off at this point, and a total party wipe is theoretically possible. Just saying. So,
that is good to know.
Don't just because you see something doesn't mean you should go kill. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm not here to stop you. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I say we continue traveling and ask this Radolf. This is his area. If he's truly a druid, maybe he knows of whatever creature is ailing these forests.
Yes,
that's where we're going.
Yes, we're going to Thundertree for two reasons. One, to speak to Radolf, because he knows where Cragmar Castle is.
According to Auntie, Rafe, it was actually Auntie, Euphemia's aunt, who said Radolf the druid, who lives in the old ruins of Thundertree. That
the second reason
he might know where Cragmar Castle is, which is where we think that Gundren Rockseeker might have been taken to, according to the bugbear who's now a cook, and he might even know where this Wave Echo Cave thing is, right off that.
That's right. Now I remember.
And the other reason is that the kind ladies that we freed offered us an emerald necklace that they think is still here.
I'll be able to identify Rudolph because of a red nose when we find him. He's a druid.
Oh, his drinking habits are not anything we should question.
So we're going to start moving out, Russ.
We should head out because we only have 6 hours of light left.
and 1.5 hours of session. All right. So, all right. Excellent. So you start heading out. And let me just check for anything exciting happening here.
You know what is exciting is the fact that their bloodthirsty nature on Haman Kust, and then we served him some pain, took the training wheels off this campaign.
True.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, yes. All right. So you got about 2 hours to go theoretically till Thundertree. The rest of the sort of the path you're following, it's a little bit of a path, but it definitely looks very worn down. And as you get near, you start getting near the Neverwinter River, which runs, for those of you who know the geography, it runs from Neverwinter deep into Neverwinter Wood, which are the woods sort of to the east of where you're going. That's the woods to your right, kind of as you've been traveling up this way past the Owl Well, as you can see there on your map. And as you're getting closer to Thundertree, you're starting to see a little bit in the distance there that there's this, what looks like the remnants of a town up on a little hill as you start to get a little closer. And the hill's sort of like a little bit wooded. So it's not completely wooded. It's not in the woods itself, but it's on the edge of the forest with a few trees there. And let me see if I can find my little notes here. Sorry for a second. Here we go. So it's almost exactly where the Neverwinter River emerges out of the Neverwinter Woods. And you can sort of see that abandoned village. And up on the, as you go along, the trail gradually becomes even more old and more overgrown. And you can see the lane winding ahead of you between dilapidated buildings, choked with vines and brush. And ahead of you, in sort of the middle of the settlement on a steep hill, stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof
and an adjoining little cottage. And the dirt road kind of hugs the base of the hill and wends its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins with interiors that are open to the weather. Other buildings are more or less intact, and the whole place is just eerily silent. And it's about this time as you're riding along, you notice just as you're getting ready to get near the entrance to what is presumably Thundertree, there's a little sign there sort of attached to a stick that's been hammered into the dirt, and it's kind of hanging there loosely by an old horseshoe nail, and it says, "Danger," in big capital letters with an exclamation point. "Plant monsters and," all in uppercase, "and zombies, turn back now," exclamation point.
Oh, now see, this is what Haman Kuss needed. Proper signage. We understand.
Take a point of inspiration, Seppi. Take a point of inspiration. Nice callback.
Russ, I slide off my pony, walk up to the sign.
Proactive dismounting. Nicely done. All right.
Is the sign fixed or is it just hanging on the nail?
It's been nailed. The nail's gone through the top of the sign and into this rather thick branch that has been sort of pounded.
So it's pounded to it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can take it apart. It's not really.
No. Yeah, that was. Yeah. So Euphemia, do you want to scout this out, or do you want to just ride right through?
When Thrall turns around, he'll see that Euphemia somehow already slipped off her pony and has disappeared off to the side in the bushes. But she'll.
Time and tide wait for no man. I dismount and start walking towards the village.
Roll a stealth check, Rafe, and I'll roll a perception to see if I know where you are.
You got it.
All right, excellent.
Hold on, I lost my character. Oh, here it is.
All right.
Oh, Russ, your description was excellent. Thank you for that. But I
have no idea where you are. I'm like, where did she go?
Yeah, Euphemia is moving like a freaking ninja. What was that, Seppi?
I require two things. Your description was amazing, but I need that sweet ambient music that you were tapping into last time.
Oh, yes. I got to get my ambient music back.
And Doc should have had coconuts for us riding on the cobblestone.
Oh,
where are the coconuts?
We got to level this up.
Where are Doc? That's your job for next week. You need to track us down a lovely pair of coconuts.
Right.
Here's some music for you guys.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
So I don't know what Joe's playing there, but he's got music. All right.
Final countdown, baby. Gob.
All right. So let's go to a new map, shall we? So we can see what's going on here. I'm going to get everybody over here into the ruins of Thundertree here. So Euphemia has basically disappeared, and I'm going to move now. Don't move your tokens without talking to me a little bit first, okay? Because we're on a map now that you can move your tokens around and see stuff you can't see. So don't, wait till
it's our turn.
Basically, exactly. All right, here we go. I'm moving you guys over to the ruins of Thundertree. So if you scroll up there, John, everybody who's playing along, and to the left, upper left-hand corner, you will see, and you might want to zoom in a bit because this is it's the ruins of a whole town. So we got a pretty good sized map here, and it's daylight, but the black there is just your line of sight being blocked by tree trunks, other buildings, right? So what you're seeing here is, I'm going to ping some things I described, just got to set, because I know when it does this vision stuff, sometimes it gets confusing. So right ahead of you here, that's a tree. The little black circle, that's where the trunk is. So the branches are coming out, the trunk's blocking line of sight in that direction. You can obviously see the shading all from the perspective in this picture of Ulrich, but if everybody else, depending where you are, Thorall, sorry. You can see this wall here is one of the buildings, and down to your south, there's another building, and there's a little path leading into the town there. And you're all kind of standing there. It sounds like Thrall has dismounted. Who else has dismounted?
Ulrich and Euphemia.
All right, so
I will dismount as well.
So it's just Pyrrhic.
I'm going to gather the horses.
So we got 1 horse, 2 horse.
Your ponies.
There we go. 3 horses there. I don't know where you guys want to put them, but
next to Pyrrhic.
There we go. Next to Pyrrhic. All right. 1,
the horse master.
2,
your grace, you are good with the animals.
3.
Well, they're expensive. And walking is tiring.
All right. Euphemia has disappeared. So, like she's moving like a ninja. You saw her stealth roll there was exceptional. She rolled a 19 natural. So I don't know what your bonus is.
Yeah, 26 total.
Yeah. So that's pretty much ninja-like moment here. Looking ahead, down to just to describe a couple of the things down here, down to your south, I'm going to ping again. This building straight below you, the wall there, cowering the shadow of an old tree is a crumbled stone cottage with no roof, and the weeds appear to be rampant all just over this thing. And then straight ahead, right here, sort of due east, where the penguin there was, that is a, you can see there's a half-hanging loose tavern sign slowly breezing back and forth. And like all taverns, the name is always 3 words. In this case, it's the Brown Horse. Okay. And a weathered signboard is hanging out by the door there. It's a rather large building, but it shows a faded image of a workhorse holding a flagon of ale. The building is sagging, dilapidated, but it's mostly intact. Than the ruins that are a little more below, down across the road from it, down in this area, which you can just sort of barely make out from where you are now.
There's an inn. We're good.
And meanwhile, just to give you sort of a direction, up here where I'm pinging now, that big red circle in the distance, that's where the tower is. You can see it sort of up on the hill, sort of in that direction. And the road kind of winds around and to the left. And there seems to be this area right here where I'm pinging now seems to be very heavy woods. It'd be hard to move and very steep. So it'd probably be hard to move in that direction. So, Euphemia, you disappeared first. What is your plan of action? Kind of ping for me where you're thinking of going. And remember to ping, just hold your mouse button down where you want to be.
How does moving work again with moving silently? Can I move at full speed, half speed?
I think it's half speed, right, John? Yeah, half speed.
Okay. So and I can still double move if I want. So double move, half speed. Double.
Yes, you could give up your action to move twice. You'd just be moving. So what you'd be moving
she can do a bonus action move.
Oh yeah, plus her bonus because of her.
Okay. But all at half speed to remain maximum stealth, right?
Exactly. So basically, you just half your entire.
So here's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I want to move, hide here.
All right.
Move, hide here. My goal is to get to this wall. And either peek into a window.
You can stay in stealth mode. So you're constantly stealthy right now. So you're kind of moving like a ninja. Think, for those of you who played Assassin's Creed, she's in the crouch mode, kind of doing her thing. So Euphemia, where are you going to try to get?
So let's see. That's if I move 5, does that mean I can move 3 or 2 at half speed?
Each square is 5 feet. Each little.
But I mean, half speed is 2.5. So that's.
Well, yeah, but what's your total speed?
5.
Oh, 5 squares. Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking feet. So with all your bonuses,
you could move 5 squares.
Yes.
But I mean, is it round up, round down?
Normally round down.
Normally round down. Yeah.
So I can, with a double move and a dash, I can move 6 squares.
Yes.
Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get to here.
All right. So move yourself to there. Okay. Now, when you get there, I need you to make a stealth check to represent how well you're doing moving along. You just make it once for the entire move, and we're going to see how you did.
Yep. And also, I'm going to make the sound of a mockingbird, which Pyroke will know because he's witnessed these different types of maneuvers before where I just disappear out of the initial party count.
Yeah.
And so he'll know that means I'm scouting to give back information.
All right.
Sorry, I lost my character again.
We'll know where you are when you find a door you want to open.
There we go. There it is.
That is not the appropriate die for whatever you're trying to do. There we go. Ooh, that's not great. What's that with your bonuses?
Let's see.
10.
Okay. You do step on a twig, kind of near the end of your run here. So right here, there's a nice little snap that all of you are like, where'd Euphemia go? That was amazing. Oh, there she is. You hear the snap. So Euphemia got there. What would everybody else like to do? I'm not really doing this in rounds per se, but I want to everybody go at once here to see what we're going to discover. So try to go one at a time. Who'd like to go next?
I would like to engage someone in conversation about these horses. So whoever is going to make the mistake of making eye contact with Pyric is going to get...
make a dex save to see if you can avoid making contact with Pyric first. Let's go for it. Pyric's looking around for someone to talk to.
Oh, my brother saved me. Woo-hoo!
Nat 20. Who got the nat 20?
That was Karlik.
Karlik, you got a card, buddy. Let me give you a card here real quick. Hang on a second.
Can we just keep making each other make checks until we have a full deck?
No, I'll just do it for fun. If you make it obsessive, I will. All right, good luck deck coming into play. Karlik, you're going to get a card.
For not making eye contact with Pyric.
Successfully, for masterfully. In fact, you can avoid, you did it so well, Pyric was subconsciously slightly offended and will not involuntarily talk to you for the rest of the session. That's how well you did. But also, you're going to get this card, which is pretty handy for what may or may not be about to happen tonight. You get to choose your own initiative score the next time you get to. So, Karlik, I'm going to give you that card.
Does a high initiative help if you're unconscious?
Well, you can choose whatever number you want. Karlik, just right-click on that card, Karlik.
Lead out high in the round.
Oh, take card. There we go. Got it.
There you go. You've got it now. Okay. Don't forget you have it, and you can check whatever you have when you want to click on. Okay, so who had the bad dex save on Pyric's talking to you?
That would be Ulrich.
Work, the lucky you get.
Ulrich, you forget to look away. You're like momentarily. You know what it was because? It was because you saw your brother chose not to talk to him. You felt you had to talk to him.
Ulrich looked at me and I ducked.
Oh, Ulrich, what are we gonna do about these horses? I don't think it's. I think the Briar Bunch was really a lesson that if we bring them into a place, that they're just going to be attracting attention that we do not want.
I agree.
And do I know anything based on history or religion about this place?
Oh, nice. Go ahead and do a history check.
History check.
I'm wondering the same thing. Advantage. Although,
the bard's helping you.
No, he's not. He's not talking to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Separate rolls. Make separate rolls.
Yeah, make separate rolls.
Yeah. Oh, separate rolls.
Oh,
yeah!
Let me get out the unlucky deck. Hang on a second.
It's already happened.
All right, the bad luck deck is out now. Who got the bad luck? Who got the one? Was that Seppi?
That'd be Pyric.
Or was it Pyric? Yeah, okay. Pyric, here we go. You're the proud owner of... okay. You're going to get a minus D4 on your next, well, not the next. I get to pick which one it is, but yeah. So once you right click on that, Seppi, and take it into your hand.
All right.
And Ulrich, you still got a red one too, Ulrich. What is your red one?
I have the foggiest idea.
Go ahead and click on that.
Do I right click on it?
Well, you just click on it and then click it again and it'll show up for you.
Minus D12, I have to make a skill or attack roll.
All right, good. Okay, Seppi, why don't you take that card in your hand? Did you get
I'm trying. I left clicked on it. And
no, you right click on it. Right click on it.
I right click on it. It says copy save image.
No, add to hand. Is that not an option?
No.
Or take cards on there?
Just say take card.
Yeah,
it should, but it's not giving me.
I can't put mine back in my hand either.
Just click on the small card again.
Got it. Thanks.
That's weird.
It's treating it like it's an image.
All right. Well, we'll have to figure that out. I'm not sure. I don't think the DM can actually force it to be on a person.
Okay.
But you got it. Nice. There you go.
I got it.
Okay, excellent. All right, good. That little technology's problem solved. So, Pyric, you rolled a 1. You've never heard of this place before. Karlik, what did you get?
A 12.
Ooh, 12's pretty good. So it turns out that Thundertree is not a super secret or anything. It's actually pretty well known because it's kind of a tragic tale. Once, Thundertree was a prosperous community on the outskirts of the forest, wealthy from the work of its woodcutters and its trappers. Then, about 30 years ago, there was an eruption of Mount Hutnow to the north, and it devastated Thundertree. And in the wake of this natural disaster, it unleashed a plague of strange zombies that swept over the area and killing or driving off everyone who survived the eruptions.
Lava zombies.
Zombies.
I will share this sad tale.
It is a sad tale.
And I'm going to use all my actions, 3 bonus actions, to do a bardic inspiration for the 3 melee people, Euphemia, Thrall, and Ulrich.
All right.
How do you do 3 of them?
Well, I could do my action, my move action, my bonus action, right? All as bonus actions?
No. You can only get one. You can only do 1 bonus action a turn. Rafe figured that all out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You can blame the
So who do you want to give it to?
I'll give it to Euphemia since she's
Euphemia. I gave you a little icon there. You look like a little buff icon there.
I'm going to use my turn to help Pyrrhic gather the horses as best I can, and we're going to. Why don't we?
Are you all dismounting now?
What was that?
Are you all dismounting now?
Are you dismounted, Pyrrhic? So, Your Grace, we should tie these horses up safely away from the village, maybe 100 feet away.
Russ, can I advance my
You may. Where are you going to go, John? Give me a ping before you move.
Well, since my little sister has decided to snap a twig, I'm going to try to distract all the would-be enemies and just walk right down the street.
All right. Show me where you're going.
I'm right here.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. Excellent.
And as an action, I am dodging. I got my shield out.
Now that Cowlick has talked about sort of municipal problems and the general peasantry, I want to engage now on a topic that I care about, which is how you keep an agrarian economy going in the face of a zombie horde.
You kill it, Your Grace.
No, you can't. That's the problem. There's just so many heroes and there's so many people to save. And even heroes need to eat, Ulrich. So despite the fact that there is just any number of people who could decimate the zombie horde, because they cannot protect all the peasantry all the time, this is why this eruption was so crushing. Now, I'm very interested, Cowlick, in more of this tale, and I get out my book. I wanted to get him to try to tell me more.
Does Euphemia get advantage to stealthing because Pyrrhic is so loud and
we'll worry about that in a moment. Who hasn't gone yet? So Karlik's gone.
Everybody's gone.
All right, excellent. Okay. So yeah.
Wait. So, I was thinking, Karlik, since you only did that for the bonus, you can get a move action and an action.
I will follow up Thrall. Oh, if I can't. Oh, there I am. Right about there. Here we go. That'll work.
Nice.
And I'm going to embellish the tail with.
So you guys are as you head down the street there a little bit there, Karlik and Thrall. What you're seeing is down here, a little bit to the south here. I'm going to ping there.
Big bug with the X on him.
There's some of that too. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. So down to the south here, what you're seeing is another building down there. That's a ruined side-by-side cottage. And they look like they might have been homes for prosperous shopkeepers, maybe, or well-off farmers of the time. But all that remains now is just some collapsed walls and piles of debris, and several young trees have grown up amidst the ruins. Meanwhile, straight ahead, up on the edges of the hill there, sort of in some of the overgrown shrubbery near the trees, you see what looks like a giant, shriveled up, hideous giant spider that's on its back, and its sort of legs are crawled up like it's been swatted, except it's massive. And it's it looks like it might have been dragged there, maybe. I don't know. Its bloated bodies are like puckered and blistered, and it appears to be been mauled by like a large animal of some kind. And that's saying something because it's a freaking giant spider.
Oh, can you ping where it is?
Yeah. You don't know where it is, Pyrrhic. You can't see it. But it's right. Yeah. Player knowledge is that Thrall can see it over here. All right. So what we're going to do here is let's go to one more round, but let's have everybody roll initiative just to get a turn order going here. If that would be great. So go ahead and do some initiative rolling, people. It worked. Ulrich's in the list. Who rolled the purple one? Pyrex still doesn't work. Karlach worked. All right.
I rolled a 23. I don't know if it showed up.
It did not.
Mine rolled, but I never saw the die, so I don't know.
Pyrex, what did you roll, Pyrex?
18, please.
Yours said 10, John. It was a 10.16.
So yeah, I see it on this. Yeah, I see it in the discussion. I just
and Euphemia, what'd you get?
23.
And then so some people worked, some people didn't. I still haven't fixed everybody yet. And then who am I missing?
Thrall?
Thrall is missing. Thrall,
and I rolled a net 20.
I had a 10.16.
And Euphemia rolled a natural 20, if that matters, Russ.
It does. Oh, it does matter. You get a card. So let me just descend this stuff here real quick. Oops, sorry, wrong thing. All right. So Euphemia is in the lead. You can see the rest of the scores there. So there's your scores. And so Euphemia is still going first. Euphemia, what would you like to do?
Gonna do.
And you said, you did get a natural 20.
Yes.
So you got a little bit of luck now. And so the card you find, or the bit of luck you've got now, is plus D10 after making a skill or attack roll. So go ahead and right click on that card and add it to your hand. That'll be available for you.
Cool.
All
Okay.
right, Euphemia, what are you going to do here? You're up first.
That's my stealth roll.
All right.
To move to this corner.
What'd you get?
Got a 17, Russ.
17, nice.
To peek around the corner. It's not showing me the light, so I don't know if you need me to move to here or not. But
no, that's okay. Are you going to peek around the corner?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and move yourself one square more. But
okay,
you should be able to see down there, and you should be seeing the giant dead spider. Okay.
And are there any windows along this wall?
Not there, but up ahead on the left, you can see. Again, this is the tavern, the brown horse here. And it's in pretty good shape, but the door down here, right here, is opened inwards. Make a perception check.
$13.
Everything's fine.
Okay. I have
actually back here. I'm going to move you back to where you were.
Okay.
All right.
I have sight lines to Pyric.
You do.
And so I give him the hand signals of I'm going like this, and then I shoot down the lane, and I go like that, which means nobody there. So I see nobody down the lane.
If I notice him, I wave back.
All right.
I go like this.
I wave with the other hand.
All right. There's lots of waving happening. Pyric, how do you interpret all that? What are you going to do?
I politely smile at Ulrich's interpretation because it's not nice to judge. And next, I say, Cowlick, clear down the road.
Yes, Pyric, perfect plan.
Okay, and then I'm really concerned. Am I next in order, Russ?
You are, yes.
I'm really concerned about this tree here because I need something stationary and relatively safe to secure these horses, and that is what I want to occupy myself.
Can you ping which tree you're talking about? Just left click and hold.
Let's see if I can get the right window to behave. I'm talking about this tree right here.
Perfect. Yeah, okay. You're going to go tie the horses to that tree?
That is my goal, but I am terrible at all things. So
you're moving 5 horses at a time.
I'm helping him.
And you're going to try to, so it's going to be an animal handling check. However, if the place is feeling like the horses are a little skittish, like even you guys as, just regular Joe, non-druidic humans, this place definitely gives you the heebie-jeebies.
What if we're a druidic
a lot of death here.
Dwarf?
What's that?
What if we're a druidic dwarf?
Yeah, you haven't really been expressing any desire to connect with your inner feelings, but you're not feeling this place is really very chill at all. Meanwhile, so you're going to make an animal handling check there, Seppi, and Ulrich, you can help him. So you're getting assist, so you have advantage, Seppi, on this check.
Awesome.
But it's the kind of thing that
used again. I love it.
Yeah. Do you want me to use my stink card?
Does the card require you to use it before you roll or after? I think it says after.
This card may be played against you at any time.
Oh. Yes. Let's do this. Let's see if the horses go crazy. So what does the card do?
-4.
All right. So why don't you go
minus
ahead
D4.
Drag
D4.
the card onto the tabletop again. So you show us you're going to be playing it, and I'll.
I want to make that happen.
There we go. Nice. All right. So you're nicely done. I will use this against you. So you have a -D roll for this skill check. So roll the skill check and then roll a D4. Let's see what you get.
Okay. Here's with advantage. That's a classic.
But with advantage
right there.
You get another one. Okay, that's a little better. 9. What's your handling skill bonus?
+1. So that's a 10.
That's a 10. Now you're going to roll a D4 to subtract from the 10 because 10 would be success. Because let's be honest, it's not that hard with the dwarf to get.
Oh, then I fail if I need a 10 because it's minus.
Yeah.
1.
But let's just see how bad you failed. Roll a D4. I mean, I did spend this card. 2 more. So you actually got a 7.
8.
8.
So
8.
8. Well, you rolled a 9, right? Oh, yeah, 8.
9 plus 1.
There you go. We'll delete that card because it's gone now. It's back in the deck. And yes, unfortunately, you do manage to keep your own horse, which is great. Actually, you can keep one horse. Which one's it going to be?
Oh.
And Ulrich, you can also save one horse. The rest, they just all of a sudden bolt, and you guys are completely caught unawares. You don't expect it at all. And basically, you can each grab one, and 3 of them are going to be taken off to the 4 winds.
So there's 1 draft horse, 1 riding horse, and 3 pony.
The draft horse is whose?
Cowlicks.
Who do you think?
Euphemia's. Euphemia's got the cooking gear. I'm going to save Euphemia's.
Oh, smart
thinking.
All right.
I'm going to save my own horse for right now.
As the horses ride off, like, be free! You will not be captured today!
So I'm going to put a little label on this horse. There we go. So now you should see one horse is labeled Euphemia's horse. I'm going to put that up here. So you managed to get that. Now you guys moved a little bit. So you started to go ahead and put these horses near the tree. And that's when bad things happen. Pyric, which horse did you try to save?
Mine, because it has all my books on it.
All right. So this is Pyric's horse.
Mine's going to become rash.
Put the nameplate on there. All right. We got that. Pyric, you've got your horse. No problem. Everything's good there. So then we've got, this will be Karluk's horse. Karluk's draft. Sorry, I didn't expect this to happen, but you never know how things are going to go. So Karluk's draft horse, let's roll for a random direction. I'm going to see if I can do this. So little known fact, you can use a D8 as a scatter die. Whichever way the top triangle points is the direction the horse goes. So Karluk's horse broke away from Euphemia here and it was pointing to the left. So let's say he starts to run this way and gets almost to the edge of the map. Then we've got, who else's horse we got to worry about? This will be, let's see.
Thrall's
horse?
And Thrall's.
It's a pony. Let's be honest.
All right. These ponies are ready to die anyway. They've been
and John, why don't you roll a D8 and see which way he goes? Oh, he's going north. That's excellent. So he runs up here just past near that part of the thing. And then we've got who's left? Whose horse is left?
There's my die right there.
Ulrich's pony. And you're going also sort of the same direction almost as Karluk's. So oops. Forgot to put the nameplate on. Nameplate it so we can see whose is whose. All right. And he's with Karluk's draft horse, just hauling booty. All right. There's our situation. We got a little horse situation going on here. All right. So Pyric, great. All right, that's pretty much your turn as you try to wrangle your own horse. Ulrich, you guys definitely hear this. The horses are making all kinds of noise. Any stealth situation is pretty much out the window. And Ulrich, you're up. What do you want to do?
I tie the horse up to the tree as my action, and then continue. So I'm going to move my token 1, 2, tie up the pony to this tree right here.
All right, I'll put him in. Doop. There you go.
And then I'm going to move 3, 4, 5 down here because I don't want my brother getting any glory that I can have.
I love it. Like the rest of the horses. Whatever. It's fine.
I can always walk home.
All right. Excellent. Okay. So, Ulrich, good job successfully tying up the pony. Karluk, you do hear all the shenanigans behind you. You see your draft horse and Ulrich's pony heading pretty much back down the road you came in. And then Thrall's pony is just heading like due north. Just
So
that's free.
Karluk was trying to consider what would be the most inspiring that he could story he could think of for the situation for Thrall here, and decides to tell a tale of a fey vampiric chromatic dragon that destroyed a town. So
Nice.
that we're ready for any situation that might occur at this point based on our present knowledge. So bonus action, bardic inspiration for Thrall. And then, realizing this pony situation we have here in draft horse, etc., I'm going to go ahead and cast sleep, centered on. Are the horses in place on the map?
yes, they are where they are. Yep.
Okay, great. So if I cast sleep on a point close to Ulrich's pony, I think I'll get all 3 in the radius. I don't know if I'll roll high enough, but
Yeah, because it gets hit points, right?
hit points. Yep. And I'm going to cast.
The good news is you'll probably get the ponies. The draft horse could be a stretch.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's mine. But we'll see how I do here. So level 2, that'll be 4d8.
I think it's 5d8.
What was it? Let's see. Oh, roll 5. Yeah, so it'd be at level 2. It'd be 7d8. Plus 2d8 per level higher. So
What are you casting?
Sleep
On the horses?
on the
He's gonna
horses.
knock the horses out. This is pretty smart, actually.
Well, the ponies are wimpy, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I said the draft horse is going to be a challenge, but the ponies you probably get.
Here's 5d8, and I'll get 2 more d8 after this.
All right, let's see how you do.
Oh, that's pretty
a
good.
pretty good roll.
Folks.
27 plus 2 more d8.
Ooh.
Nice. So 40 total.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Rick falls asleep.
For those keeping track at home, draft horses have 19 hit points. That
Pirate
was a
can't be
nice
affected,
roll.
I don't think.
Ponies are closer to like 6 or 7 hit points, so you got them all there with well over 30. So you knock out. You got some spares.
You actually don't have to worry about affecting pirate because elves aren't affected by sleep spell.
But I think he can choose where it starts, can he?
No, it's he has an area effect and it starts with the lowest hit points though, so pirate would be last.
Got it.
Assuming pirate's hit points are higher than the horses.
Well, what's the radius? Because can he shoot up near the horses that are running?
I think it's like is it 20 foot or what's the radius on it? We'll just see if it's
20 feet within a point of choosing.
Yeah, 20-foot radius.
If he were to shoot here, right, that would pretty much just get the ponies. You're right. It might get the pirate, but it doesn't.
It doesn't affect. He can't sleep. He's
yeah. Perfect. All right. Yeah, you knock out all 3 horses. Take a point of inspiration. That was kind of brilliant, Doc.
That was pretty cool.
I thought you guys were gonna have a situation there. That was pretty swank. All right, so the horses, they just take a dirt nap. Well, they're not dirt.
I'm imagining whatever story I told must have been pretty boring to the horses, and it helped.
You thought it was riveting, Cowlick. You tell it again, and then I'm going to tell it again and again.
Nice.
I'm going to move action in front of Ulrich here. So there we go.
All right. You're starting to see everything I described earlier. So there's those pair of formerly nice houses down to the south. There's the brown horse up to your left, and what looks like a crumpled. You can actually start to make out a second crumpled giant spider up there. Also, just ahead of the first, you can sort of see part of it there. It's also dead, bottoms up, not looking great. Nice job, Karluk, though. I think you single-handedly saved the horse situation. Okay, Thrall, what are you going to do?
All right. I am going to advance forward.
I've never seen anyone use a sleep spell on horses before, by the way. That's a first.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, Russell. I am going to be looking for Judetic signs. So there's a whole language and signs in the player's handbook. I am looking for the subtle signs that only a druid would know to tell me of that Ralof is here and alive and kicking.
All right, make a nature check. Nature check with advantage because druid. Looking for druid symbols.
That's brilliant.
Nature 6.
Thar, he rolls a 3, but then he rolls a 16.
Yeah, I have no nature.
You have no nature? Okay.
No nature bonus. That's the thing when you're a dwarven druid.
That seems a little. Well, you're not the strongest druid.
It's a thing
in the druid council. And everybody gets together and just like, oh, it's the druid. It's the dwarf druid again. Oh, but
we know about rocks. That's it.
Yeah. So you see, very faintly. In fact, it looks like. So right here on this building, right here, right there.
Yeah.
Next to the door. There's what looks like just a little bit of ivy growing up, but the way it's shaped, you can actually tell that it's actually a druidic symbol that means unlife. So there's a druidic symbol for unlife right here.
Well, that's where all the undead are.
And then also you can see a druidic symbol right here. There's like some rocks on the ground. They're just like looks like some randomly dropped rocks. But when you look carefully, you can see they're arranged in a certain pattern. And that pattern is the symbol for Dark Fae or Blight.
I turn back to Karlik, and just because he happens to be back there, I'm talking at my brother also. It appears the undead are in that old tavern. And this area down here is where the blight or some dark fae started. Those creatures Pyric was talking about.
So you're saying we cannot get a drink at the tavern?
Oh, no, you should go in there and have a drink, brother.
Undead don't drink. There'll be plenty left, Ulrich.
So, John, what else would you like to do? Because all you've done so far is...
I would assume that's pretty much my turn.
That's spent your most time doing your druidic thing. Nicely done. All right. Well played, sir. All right, Euphemia.
By
the way, John, that also gives you confidence there's a druid nearby, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would guess so.
Would I be able to have heard what? I'll leave this up to Thrall. I don't know how loud he said that, but I'd be able
I was loud enough. Yeah, you could.
Okay. Ulrich's actually farther away than you are, so yeah.
Okay.
I don't talk very quiet.
How many levels is the inn tavern?
Oh, the wall here. Well, the roof's still intact too. So this side. The whole tavern's only a single story structure. This is not a very fancy building.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Euphemia will still move silently and hide.
Oh, nice. Moving like a ninja.
And move to here to talk to her battle brother, Ulrich, and say, well, your brother has... I'm talking like a dwarf. Well, your brother has found the undead here and the fae over there. Which way?
I never test the depth of water with both feet. We'll send my brother in first. We'll find out what comes first.
Sound plan.
Did you just say
good to ask a stone a question?
Did you just say you don't test the depth of a well with 2 feet?
With both feet. Hi.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one. And then I'll for my other
eye contact appearing, I'll pull holes in your story.
For my other action, I'll prepare a dodge.
So prepare a dodge.
That's an action. It's an action.
It's an action. He's dodging.
So bonus to move action, and then dodge.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, yep, got it. Okay. Pyric, what are you going to do? You can see there's some kind of consternation going. You sort of freaked out because the horses got away, but the horses all promptly just passed out as they tried to escape. What do you want to do?
Game mechanic question.
Meanwhile, Ulrich, even while the horses were running, Ulrich just casually walked up, tied up Euphemia's horse, and just kept on going.
Game mechanics question.
Yeah.
Sleep says has a duration of 1 minute.
Yes.
Does that mean they wake up in a minute?
It means they go to natural sleep. So then anything could wake them up. Yeah. So they could wake up. So small things would wake them up. Loud noises would wake them up. Anything.
They're skittish. They're horses. Okay.
So yeah, the horses are still not out of the woods. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see that. That was very clever.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with my own horse and tie him up. And then I'm going to move to the ponies first because they seem more, they'll be easier for me to manage on my own. And the draft horse I will save for the end.
All right.
If you want to move me to the next.
So where are you going to move to?
Let's do Thrall's pony.
All right.
Because it seems closest to the tree.
Got it. So how many movements do you have? You could almost, we had to tie up your own pony and then get up. That's about as far as you got. You got up to there.
That's great.
All right. Nice. Ulrich, what do you want to do? I don't even know that you look back to see what happened to the horses.
I'm sorry. Horses are known. My horse is called Rations. When he gets a little older, if he gets killed, we can eat him on the trail. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there, and I'm got my shield against the side of the building, kind of at a 90-degree angle as I'm coming up there, as I'm coming towards the door. We're going in here, brother. Is that what we say? That's it.
What comes natural to you?
Euphemia, no amount of clearing this place will clear it for long. So keep that in mind when you start the stabbing, killing, and shooting.
All right.
Hey, Pirate.
By the way, Ulrich, as you advance, you're starting to get a really good visual on this tower situation that's beyond the brown horse. And for all, you had a pretty good shot of it too. I should have described it a little earlier. So as you look past the two, now you can see there's a spider here that's dead. There's a spider here that's dead. And then beyond those spiders is this tower situation at the top of the hill. So the hill's rising towards this tower, and it's very steep on this side. Where those spiders are, it's like super steep. It'd be tricky to climb that. It's doable, but it would be work. At the top of the hill stands this round tower with a cottage attached. That's a square thing next to it. Both are in actually good condition, although half the tower's roof is sort of gone. A door leads into the cottage, and you can also make out from here several arrow slit windows that are visible in the tower. You also still can't help but notice how eerily quiet the whole area is, and there's starting to get the whiff of like a strange acrid smell in the air. There's also those two, as you mentioned before, those two giant hideous spiders that are sprawled, just apparently dragged there, and the bloated bodies are just really nasty. Again, looking a bit like they were mauled by a rather large animal, an animal bigger than a giant spider, which it's the same size as the druid in bear mode, just to give you an idea of how big these things are. Okay, so Ulrich, you saw all that. You still got this brown horse thing next to you with the door that's slightly ajar just to your left.
That's as far as I can move, so that's
all right.
Action.
Okay. Karluk, what are you going to do?
Karluk's going to continue his theme of bardic inspiration, and he will tell Ulrich a tale of a undead bartender.
I like that one.
Serves shots to dwarven adventurers.
How long does bardic inspiration last for?
10 minutes, I think. Let me see.
Oh, plenty of time then.
Yep.
Nice.
Doc, is that bartender's name Liff?
Mo.
Oh, because there is an undead bartender in the in Waterdeep.
In Waterdeep.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, there is. It's at a tavern that's just starting to become famous. All right. Okay. Karluk, you did anything else you want to do, Karluk?
Yeah, move action plus stealth.
Move action.
Oh yeah. You're moving at half speed. Go ahead and do your movement.
You have to move half speed if you want to be stealthy.
Yeah, and then go ahead and give me a stealth check there.
See how I do.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
19. Yeah, for a big bull, he's moving pretty quietly. Euphemia, he's doing all right.
Like it.
Where'd you come from?
All right. What you look behind you? Oh God, it's a giant bull. All right, Thrall, you're up.
I glance over at Ulrich and I say, "Why don't you use that Soulforger talent and tell us what's behind door number 1?"
Because anybody worth the salt would know it doesn't go through stone walls.
Well, that's quite useless then. Forget I asked.
Especially for a dwarf.
I'm surprised he could count that many doors sometimes.
So I can't go around this way, Russ, to get to that tower?
Well, ping before you move. Which way do you want to go?
I just pinged.
This whole area here where I'm pinging, this whole thing Looks like a very, very steep hill that's covered in undergrowth. It would be very hard to climb.
So I have to go this way. So
if you want to take the easy way, you walk down the road. You could try to climb it. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying it doesn't look easy.
So like this, Russ, would be the best way to go.
Yeah. By the way, using the measuring tool is great because everybody can see it. So when you're talking,
that's where I just went anyway. So
okay, there you go. Okay.
I'm still scanning. I'm going to be using my action to scan for more druidic signs, but also I'm looking for any signs that might indicate one of these buildings was an old herb/alchemy place.
Got it. Oh yes. Okay. So, let's see.
We do a perception check or a nature?
Give me a perception check.
Nice.
25.
Oh, nice. All right. Actually, with a 25, you notice several things pretty well, actually. So if you want to scroll your screen to the right, you can see a lot from where you're standing. You just can't see it because the way your map is. There you go.
Let me see
so down here, if you zoom out a little bit more, because way down in the corner where I'm pinging, there's another little building. And there's also a building here where I'm pinging. And that's pretty much, you also kind of, that's all you can really see. So this building here, down here where I'm pinging, that one, hang on a second. Sorry about this. This one looks like a store, sort of at the intersection here near the middle of the village. There's a narrow lane winding up, starts to turn towards the steep hillside, going back up, maybe towards the tower there. But down there, on the south side of the road, is a ruined building that might have been a store or a workshop. And with
which one again? Can you ping it again?
It's right here. Right, this one right here. This one.
Okay,
right
got it.
Now, it looks like it might have been a store or a workshop. It's hard to tell at this distance. And you can just make out there's some, looks like, it might be snow, but it's the wrong time of the year. It could be webbing, but it's kind of large for webbing, kind of going across the entryway. Now, also, with that great perception row, you also see this other building way down, this little tiny building down here. You see that ping? Way down in the corner. That little guy, it's also looks like a little ruined shop. And from a distance, you can just barely make out some broken storage shelves, some broken furniture. But it's hard to tell if either of these, what kind of shop each was. But yeah, you can see two shops from where you are.
I say rather loudly because everybody's far away from me. I believe the source of the arachnids or spiders to you laymen are down here. And I point down there. And I think those poor creatures were taken out by Ralof when he was in bear form.
Aye, go handle the spiders, brother. We'll go to the tower.
All right. Nice job there, Johnny, spotting some things. Excellent. And hang on a second. I'm just doing a little bit of DM background, nothing to see here kind of activities.
Euphemia. I love some rugged individualism, but perhaps we're being a little too rugged and individual at this moment. I call up in her direction.
I'm near Cowlick and Ulrich.
Thrall, are you all set?
I'm done, yeah. I've used everything.
I'm going to...
Well, I could do one thing. No, I'm done.
All right. Perfect. Let me just get back to... I just got to zip through the order here. All right.
Okay.
So that was Thrall. And then hang on a second, guys. I got a couple things going on. Okay. So right after Thrall finishes activity and he yells very loudly.
I was projecting, not yet.
Yeah, projecting with authority. Some things start to happen. Yep. Oh, yeah. So from the building right here, there's just this quick motion, and all of a sudden, right next to, almost out of nowhere, just right next to Thrall, is one of these twig creatures, similar to one of the ones you met earlier, and it comes sort of like unfolds from the ground like it was a minute ago. It just looked like a normal plant. All of a sudden, it's right there, and it like lashes out with spiky barb bits right at the dwarven druid.
You found one. Good job.
Nice. Yes, he did. And it attacks. So it swings with its little spiky claw things there. And it does not do a very impressive job. So it kind of easily deflects off your gear there. And that's the end of him. And then fine. Oh, and then a couple other things are happening here. Sorry. Another one unfolds from under that tree, and all of a sudden is also right on top of you there, Thrall, and it also attacks. Oh, yeah.
Take a negative card for yourself.
Yeah. And then there's let's see where we are here. Yes. And then another one unfolds from just the other side of that tree and also just makes it to where you are as well, Thrall. And you're starting to look like they weren't able to completely envelop you. None of them got sort of a flanking situation, but this one also strikes out at you. And he does a little better. That is a 15. What's your armor class?
16.
Oh, you barely are able to deflect
shield
it.
Right up in his mug.
Yeah, pa-chang. Okay. And so Euphemia, you see all that going down. All of a sudden, there's these little plant things that look kind of familiar. And they're all surrounding the dwarf down there. What would you like to do?
Euphemia is going to move her 5 squares to here, not hiding.
Yep. Oh, I like using the measuring tool. That shows everybody. I love that. Let's make that our thing. Plus, it shows you the number of squares and the number of feet, which is handy.
She kneels down in the grass, and she's going to aim for this guy here.
All right. All right, go for it.
It scores a 9.
Don't forget your inspiration. Bardic inspiration.
And I also have my Bardic inspiration, and I have a card.
I like to use.
Probably should use the card it's either one.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the card.
All right, what's the card do? Drag it onto the table. That's what it does.
Plus 1d10.
Okay, drag it onto the table.
Right click it.
Right click it. Okay. Now, when I right click it, it's the same thing.
Just click it, and then click it again. It's from the deck, and then drag it onto the table. You know what I'm saying?
All right, click it, then click it again, and then nope, that didn't work. I clicked it.
Yeah. You click it the first time.
There we go.
There you go. You got it.
I see it.
Nice. All right. So we can make it bigger now. This one is plus D10 after making an attack roll. So you get an extra D10. So what are you up to now?
Total of 12.
12. Oh, yeah,
12. You are still not. Can Bardic Inspiration be used?
Keep adding dice.
So you can use Bardic Inspiration. You can spend it all.
Sure, why not?
You might as well now.
In for a penny. All right. So spend the Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, jeez.
Rolling like
That's exactly what you needed. You got it. You pulled it off. You hit. Woo! So he rolled a 1 with Bardic Inspiration, but it was AC 13. You hit. Roll damage, Ray.
Oh, you also get your sneak attack because I'm within 5 feet.
Yes. Yep. That's why I was rolling all that dice. So let me describe that a little bit. Euphemia kneels in the grass, but she like trips over a pebble. It like throws her weight off. So she throws her weight back, and then her arrow gets her bowstring gets caught in like the grass. So she kicks that out of the way and finally is able to make purchase with her arrow. And she does. Do I just roll 3d6, John? Can I just do that?
Yeah. Unless the only reason you could. Well, actually, it's all the same weapon damage. So yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Nice hit.
So that is
10 points of damage.
Plus 5.
All right, nice. Now, by the way, you learned a pro tip. Oh, you can't do it normally because you
13 damage, Russ.
13. So your arrow just shatters the thing into a bunch of little twiglets, and it just explodes in a gory death.
Okay, right. Now that Wraith has finished his action of excitement, I need to make this comment, Wraith.
Okay.
You cannot say what you said without making it a t-shirt. I'm rolling like Pyric. You now need to make that a t-shirt for everybody to have available to them.
Yes, for sure. I'm then going to use my bonus action to hide. That 11.
Yeah. Okay. So you try to do that. All right. Pyric, you are up, sir.
Oh, I'm gonna continue my dutiful actions as the only adult in this group to take care of our property, which we got as a reward, and take the next pony to the place that it needs to be. All
right.
Tied up.
So you slowly kind of
Russ, as he's doing that, I yell and point to the one on my right, and I say, "This one here looks like he wants to be hit upside the head with the power of the Nord."
All right. Are you detracted by that? No. You're going to put the pony where it belongs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
I thought we had a wizard, not a stable boy.
This is not the first time somebody told me where to put my pony.
You're waking a horse up from dead sleep because it's actually passed out. You're not strong enough to carry the horse. So my guess is you're going to have to smack it around to wake it up. Make sure it's not freaking out.
Yeah. It says shake it.
Yeah.
And then
so you're gonna need an animal handling test here to get this thing awake, not lose it, get under control, get in there. It shouldn't be that hard.
That's never hard for me.
No, I feel like you got this. You're fine.
I'm not terrible at rolling or anything. That's a 6.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. Let's just say the horse is still asleep. You're not really sure where to shake a horse. So you're going to lose a turn here as you're trying to.
That's fine. I'm going to keep on. That's my day. I'll see you guys later.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of being you're just being too gentle because you're not really sure the right way to wake a sleeping horse, and you don't want to lose it, and you don't want to get kicked in the face. You're almost kind of outsmarting yourself really in this situation. All right. Sorry about that, Pyric. All right, Ulrich, what would you like to do?
All right. Let's see if I can make this move here. So I'm attempting to move here. And then hit it. So
now you're not moving silently or anything, right? You're just plowing along it.
I'm sorry. You say silent?
All right. In dwarven armor. Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley.
Hold your action.
Just a change shirt. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open. See how it's done, brother.
All right.
So I'm going to take a swing at this guy with my hammer.
Hope you miss.
Hope you miss. How are we doing there?
There we go.
That's a palpable hit there. Rolls a natural 18. And your hammer just shatters that thing. It is just blown to bits. So that's excellent news.
You're welcome, brother.
That was the wizard's one you killed, not mine.
Right. Last I checked, you haven't killed one yet.
I mean the stable elf.
All right, so hang on just a second here because
pretty sure
the dwarf goes thumping by this building at maximum speed. Just gonna do a quick.
What was that?
Things here. What's that? Don't pay attention to that. It's fine. It's fine. Don't even worry about that.
That was a vampire.
Everything's fine.
Those are ash zombies. I can see it.
All right, and one more. All right, and we're on Ulrich. So Ulrich's turn just ended. So let me just do this real quick here. Rearranging.
Your dice are messing up my pretty picture.
That's okay. So we were on. Ulrich just finished. So right when it's going to be Karlik's turn, all of a sudden the door to the pony bursts open. And I'm going to burst the door open here. Let's just take care of that real quick.
I can see in the door.
Yeah, look at that. The door bursts open and out pops this zombie-looking creature. However, it does not look the same. I mean, you guys are fresh off fighting zombies. One might even say you're like zombie experts, if you will. I mean, you guys get down to the moral level of the kinds of zombies and what kind of souls they possess. Meanwhile, these guys coming out, they don't look like necessarily, I mean, they could be former humans, but they don't look like they were raised. I know it's weird. They're like, as they move, they're kind of like they're covered in black, dark ash and soot. Almost like if you ever watched old videos of what Pompeii might have been like when the volcano was erupting.
Volcanic zombies.
Yeah, and they're like kind of like coughing out this ash. It's like shooting out of their mouths as this zombie comes sort of running out of the building. And it gets right up to Karluk. And it's just going to, what's that?
No smoking zone.
Yeah. And it's going to swing at you, Karluk. So it takes a swing with it just tries to slam it with its big old arms on you here. And it's rolling to hit.
Did it spot me?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
That's a pretty good spot for a zombie.
It was a really good spot, actually. But what's your armor class there, Karluk?
15.
It misses, though. So the good news is bad news is it saw you. The good news is it missed. So it's up in your grill there, but you're okay. And Karluk, it is your turn.
Sounds kind of hot.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out my sword and eviscerate this zombie.
All right, roll to hit.
Show him what for. Oh, inspiration.
Oh.
So sad.
The zombies used to be hit. How easy to hit? Is it easy to hit?
What was your best roll? 11?
10. Plus
11.
1.
11, right?
You had 11.
Sword 12, actually. It would be a 12.
According to your dice rolling, it's an 11. But in any case.
Yeah, it's a +1 sword. It's not on there yet.
Oh, got it. Yes. Nice. Oh, yeah. Magic sword, right? Sweet.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the good news is you hit the zombie. So it's not the world's greatest roll, but the good news is zombies, they're not really dodging machines, and he's not wearing much. I mean, he doesn't have any kind of thing. And when you consider that a t-shirt is armor class 10, this guy's really easy to hit. So you hit him, roll damage.
+5, 8.
8. So, it's looking like that definitely leaves a mark. Doesn't look, bloody necessarily or whatever that would be for zombies. But the weird thing is, as you hit him like right in the side of the rib cage, and he like gets a hit hard, and he kind of goes as he does, he coughs, and this ash just shoots right out in your face, like poof, right in the old moose muzzle, as it were. And you're like, you can't help but inhale a little bit. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, that was almost a nat 20, but then it wasn't. How'd we do?
15.
15. All right, but you're able to shrug it off. You're like, and you don't even worry about it, but it does not smell good. It smells like volcano and sulfur and ash and dead person. It's just like one of the gnarliest things you've ever had the pleasure of smelling.
Smells even worse
really
than
great.
I don't know. He's been in a bugbear cave.
Now, Euphemia, you didn't move stealthily then when you advanced, right? You just kind of went forward and shot, right?
No, she hit afterwards. She hit.
And then I did a hide action.
Oh, you did? And did you make a stealth? Yes, right. You didn't roll well, though. Would you roll?
Yeah, it was like a...
I rolled... Oh, you know what?
Go back to the... No, you did.
11.
11. I see it. Yeah, it wasn't great.
Okay.
All right, let me just make a quick check for somebody here to see if they can spot you there. Oh, they don't. That's good. So, good for you. Unfortunately, so Karluk, you're kind of making a big scene, but actually, Euphemia, this thing doesn't notice you, so it kind of let me get it to the right layer here. So this little twig thing, another twig thing shows up, and it goes racing by you, Euphemia.
Yeah.
It comes from the other side of the building, goes racing right by you, doesn't even see you there. It's like, and it's heading right towards an unsuspecting Ulrich. It's moving very quietly too, because it's like working in with nature. So it's kind of probably why it was able to jump even the druid over there, who's, as we already determined, his nature senses not necessarily top tier.
But the druid's passive perception is a 16.
That's true. All right, passive perception druid, it's your turn.
Excellent. All right.
Us, the joke is on you. Ulrich never suspects anything.
That's probably fair.
I am going to use my Shishimi scimitar to slice and dice this side order here.
All right.
That's a 19. Does that hit our...
it does hit.
Now that we know about this... Oh, that's not so good. He only takes 4 points of slashing damage.
But you know what? It cuts him in half, and he goes down in a pile of twigs. Which is great.
And I am going to. Oh, that's not how that works. How does this thing work? Oh, there it is. All right, then I'm going to. Oh, do I know that guy's there though, Russ? The other twig.
Hey, make a perception check there, Dread Boy.
Okay.
Yes, you do. He rolled an 18. So you know he's there.
The force powers detect it.
Yeah.
Can I actually?
Also, when you spin around with an 18, you also notice there's this ashen sort of zombie situation on the Minotaur.
Can I move into this square I'm pointing to?
Yeah, you can, because that's just the branches. The trunk's in the center. Okay. So you can do that. Yep.
I'm going to set up. Oops, now I got to move, though. I'm going to move over here to set up Lightfoot with the flank.
All right, nice.
Actually, hang on one second, real quick. Lightfoot is next after all these zombies. So yeah, okay.
All
right, that's my turn.
All right, sweet, excellent. Now we're on to another zombie comes out of the house or the tavern, and he gets to here, and he's just coming along at like full zombie speed, but doesn't make it all the way to anyone. And then, all right, Euphemia, there's another, you feel like you're being watched, and this time you were spotted. Yes, there's a barely perceptible flurry of movement behind you, Euphemia. Euphemia, make a perception check.
You got it. Euphemia feels like something's going on. And so she rolls an 8.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. What's your armor class, Euphemia?
It is 14.
Yeah, but suddenly you could have sworn you were fine. Like nothing was on you. That one thing just walked right by. Everything was good. And suddenly you get a sharp pain right in your back. Oh, like backstab situation in the rear. Yeah, it's not good.
Can we see the creature though, or no?
Yeah, you're about to. It was moving pretty stealthily, but anyway, it does hit, and it's going to do. You're going to take 5 points of damage, Euphemia.
Okay.
And yeah, there's now the blood sprays up and reveals its location, and it's right on like one of those little twig creatures is like literally on Euphemia's back, basically, all over her. And then there is another things trying to figure out where people are. Again, you feel like you're being watched. You only rolled an 11, so yes, you feel. Make another perception check, Euphemia.
All right, Euphemia keeps looking around. She doesn't understand what's happening. 17.
Well, fool you once, shame on them. But here they are. Now you see the other one's coming at you, but you don't really have time to react. And he also swings. And, but fortunately, I guess thanks to spotting him, you're able to move aside and dodge his little spiky blow. And now we've got still more zombies moving in. So the situation's getting sort of interesting.
It would be really good if somebody was good at, like, I don't know, massive fire or area 15, effect damage and would like to participate. But
this zombie runs.
Wasn't grooming the horses.
Sorry, I really like quest rewards, and I'm
Where's the artillery? Where's the artillery?
You should really take care of your artillery, and your artillery cares about the horses.
All right.
It's possible that you're going to be adventuring with the horses.
More zombies come running out of the building. So this is the situation now. There are, John, if you want, you can zoom in a little bit on the battlefield there if you'd like to see that in better.
Are there more zombies even back there?
Well, now you're up to, you can see all the ones that are on the map. There's quite a few. You can't see any more inside there. Doesn't mean there aren't more. Okay. You just can't see them from where you are. All right. So we are back to the top of the round. Euphemia, you are up. While you guys were chatting, more zombies showed up. So one got to Euphemia, but he had to run, so he didn't strike. And one got to you, Ulrich, but again, he had to run, so he didn't strike. And there's another one that ran earlier that he's in the middle of the road, and he had to run, so he didn't strike either. And then, of course, Karlak's got the one on him. Plus, there are those plants that appear to be all swarming around Euphemia. Euphemia, you're up. You are surrounded.
Euphemia's going to strike this one with advantage.
All right.
With her short sword. Interesting. It should be a 16.
16 is a hit.
Okay. And then it is D3D6 plus 3.
Wow. Yeah, you shatter that poor dude. That little plant just gets exploded back to Gaia where it came from, or Dark Gaia, whatever generates Dark Fate. But anyway, he's done. Pyric, you're up.
Wait. I can move.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go for it.
Disengage, too.
Disengage, little sister.
You can disengage as a bonus action, right? Normally, they would get free strikes because Euphemia is surrounded by a zombie and 2 more of these little thorn blight creatures. But because she can disengage as a bonus action, she can get away without them attacking her.
Actually, I still have a move action, don't I?
Yes, you do.
You do, but you got to use the bonus action to disengage or you're going to get struck.
Why can't I use the move action to disengage?
No, that doesn't work.
That's not how that works.
It's your cunning action.
So if disengage is normally an action, you just get to do it either as an action.
Think War Machine, Rafe. If you move and you don't do anything special, you will be giving free strikes away. But
no, I thought disengage was movement. That's all.
No, it's an action normally.
All right, so yeah, bonus action to disengage. Does that give me movement with that?
No, you can still move.
You have your normal movement.
You have your normal movement.
All right.
If you choose to move and you move away from an enemy, they will strike you unless you spend an action to disengage as part of your movement.
All right. So bonus action to disengage.
Yeah.
And then I want to move to here.
Got it. Okay, go ahead. You can do that.
Sorry.
I can move you if you want. You got it? Okay, good. All right. Euphemia runs back and jumps behind the dwarves for safety. Nice. Pyric, you're up. What are you going to do, buddy?
Oh, so Euphemia's cries of pain reach me despite my desire to save our quest rewards. I knowing how quick she is, I take up my staff of ice and glass. I raise it to the air and I launch one of my snowballs onto this square right here.
Where's your target?
No, it's not going to do it. Boom.
Right there. Okay. And what's the radius?
5 foot square. So a 3x3 grid.
Oh, right. So it'll get the 2 twigs and the 1 zombie, right?
Yes.
All right. Nice. All right. Sweet.
Okay. And that will be 3d6 cold damage.
And do they get a saving throw?
They do. I think they do. Yes, for half.
Okay. Roll the damage first because
it's a dex saving throw. It's a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Cut. Sure. There you go.
All right. So you just rolled what looks like 11 points of damage. So even with half, the twigs will shatter. So both twigs are just like instantly frozen, and then snowballs pummel them little bits. And they just shatter into little shards of nothing. The zombie tries to make his dex save, and it rolled 2 dice for me. Well, they're both 14, so that works out. So his dex is a -2, so he got a 12. What's your DC?
13.
Oh, he fails. So he takes how much?
11.
Ooh, he's actually so parts of him are like freezing and falling off, like huge chunks of him, to the point where if you were a normal creature, you would think he would bloodied. And also as you hit him, he again, this black ash powder just starts shooting around him, and with like 5 feet of him, just like powder shooting everywhere. Fortunately, no one's near him, so that seems to be okay. Okay. Anything else, Pyric?
With my bonus and move action, can I try to get this pony up and moving?
You can't use a bonus action to both wake the pony up and keep him under control. So it would be risky to wake him up unless you've got a really good animal handling roll so that he didn't freak out. You know what I mean?
No, I'll wait then. I'll wait. No. I don't want to roll there, Russ. You've seen what my rolling does.
All right. Okay. Ulrich, what would you like to do? So you just saw some snowballs come flying and just bash some of those twig creatures, as well as make a pretty good mark on that zombie near you.
I'm going to move 1.
But you've got another zombie right next to you.
2.
Yep.
To here. And I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast my. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, that gives a flank, but I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on myself.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Protection from Evil's on you. That gives disadvantage to any evil creatures attacking you. Is that correct?
Any Fey, Spirit, Undead. Those are the important ones right now.
Oh, yes. There you go. All right, excellent.
I think
the Bardic Inspiration too, right? And Protection from Evil going.
Oh, did you get that up there already?
I already had it up there, yeah. You can take your shield off. There you go. You're glowing. Look at the logo. Oh, all right. Ulrich, anything else you're going to do there?
Nope. Okay. I'm going to move, because I'm inspired with that. I'm going to move here because that'll give somebody flank if they choose to take it.
All right. Okay. It is the zombie on Karluk is going to swing at you, Karluk. And he rolls to hit. And nope. Your mighty Karluk armor there is going to hold. He is not able to hurt you at all there. So that's fine. And speaking of mighty Karluk, it's your turn.
Yeah, Karluk.
So Karluk's wanting to figure out a way to avoid this eruption of ash. So I'm going to stare this creature right in the eyes, and I'm going to say to him, "Did you know ash zombies are virgins so ugly the volcano actually spit them back out?" And then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Take a point of inspiration for your mockery.
Oh, thank you. So it just says I need to be able to see him. It doesn't need to be able to understand me. It just has to be able to hear me. And then D4 damage, wisdom saving throw.
He does understand. He does understand all languages. So yes.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
All right. Wisdom saving throw, DC 13.
It understands all languages of spoken life, and it seems to have an understanding of you. So what does it do? DC 17 of what save?
DC 13 wisdom.
Wisdom. All right, here we go. Here comes his wisdom save. Oh, darn, it keeps rolling advantage. Stop that. How do you turn that off? I got to figure that out. Anyway, I'm going to roll 1 D20 here to see what happens. He rolls a 15, but it's -2, so it's a 13.
Oh, he just makes it, but I hope I hurt his feelings.
He doesn't seem to make any kind of movement. All right. All right, Karluk, you're done? Anything else you're going to do?
No, I'm just going to stand right there.
All right. Thrall, what are you going to do?
Step up here, and I reach down into the ground, and I say, "Mother Earth, bind these poor unfortunate aberrations." And I reach into the plants near me, and this area here, in my drawing tool, all the vines and plants come alive and attempt to bind up these would-be zombies. So this is entanglement. You spell entanglement.
Yeah.
So grasping weeds and vines sprout forth from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. The range is plenty of feet. It's like 90 or 60 or something like that. It's 90. For the duration, so it's a concentration spell, these plants turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. So movement through there is cost double.
All right.
A creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants may use its action to make a strength check to try to break free on the successful thing. So it's going to be a DC 14 strength check for these guys.
All right. Here comes the first one. We're starting with this guy, the one near Karluk. I got rid of the advantage. He fails. So what happens to him, John?
So he has 0 movement, has disadvantage on attacks, and attacks against him have advantage.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Let's find it a good. I'm trying to find a good entangled icon. Oh, here goes a little net. Let's do that.
Put the plant. There's a plant symbol.
Or was there a plant symbol? I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I used it for bark skin once. But
all right.
It's a little like leafy.
Oh, there it is. There we go. He's all planted. Okay. The next zombie goes for his strength save. Ooh, he's +1.
He made it. He just made it.
14. He's okay. Does anything happen to him, or is he good?
He's just in difficult terrain right now, but.
And then the third zombie, the one that's bloodied, he also makes
it. He makes it too.
So you got one. Nice.
All right, and then I reach into a pouch of river stones on my side, pulling forth 3, and as a bonus action, I cast a cantrip magic stone in enchanting the 3 stones. And that's it. That's my turn.
Okay, nice. All right, well played, sir. Speaking of zombies, it's the one who managed to get his save here. So he said he's in difficult terrain now. So he decides, let's see, he's going to make an intelligence check here.
That could have worked better.
Here comes his intelligence check. Not necessarily their strong suit. Ooh, that's a pretty good roll, though. So he rolls really well, meaning that he's smart enough to realize that the glowing guy to his left, if he got anywhere near that guy, just would not be good. So instead, he's going to make his way towards the other dwarf who appears to be wielding the powers of nature itself. So he's going to move. It costs him 2 to move here. So let me do that real quick. He's going to go, that's 10 feet to get to there instead of just 5. And then he's gotten to 15 feet to get to here. But that's all he needs to do because then he's close enough to swing at you, Thrall. So he swings at you. Here comes his attack.
Thrall, duck.
There we go. Oh, he rolls the attack and the damage, which doesn't help much because he only rolled a 3. So he misses. All right, that's him. And then the other zombie over here that's bloody will also advance. He's going to make an intelligence check to see if he's smart enough to flank you or not. And how'd I do? 9. No. It's DC 10 to do flanking. So he just steps 1 closer to you and rolls his to hit roll. So here he goes. And that, I think that might hit. It's +3, so that's going to be a 21. So he does.
Oh, that'll hit. Yeah, that'll
D6 +1 bludgeoning damage. You're going to take 3 points there from big old zombie arm to the face. And last but certainly not least zombie is the one that's already on you, Ulrich. And he's going to make an intelligence check also to see if he's bright enough to not keep fighting the guy that he'll never hit for the rest of his life. But he does actually look at that. So he's like, nope. He's going to give away an attack of opportunity as he moves over to fight the halfling. So Joe, you get to swing at him for free.
I will take the attack of opportunity. And we just got to swing this thing right here.
Joe has a full Dr. Doolittle thing going on for people who are watching the video feed. There is no number of pets that don't want Joe's attention right now.
Right. So true. Unfortunately, though, you roll. What'd you get for a total, Joe?
7 total.
7. You couldn't hit the broadside of a zombie. The zombie easily steps out of the way of that nonsense. Did you want to use your bardic inspiration at this point?
No.
It's not worth it. All right. He steps away and he swings at you, Euphemia. So he rolls to hit the little halfling. But he whiffs. So can't get it going on.
I duck
underneath. Brings us back to you, Euphemia. Also, you may have noticed there's a round counter going on. We're on 3 for anybody keeping track of sleep spells. All right. Euphemia, what would you like to do?
I am going to delay my action until after Ulrich's move.
All right.
You're going to attack my move.
After Ulrich's move. Got it. Check. Okay. By the way, sleep lasts for how long?
10 rounds.
10 rounds. All right, round 3. Perfect. All right. So you're going to delay your action until what? I'm sorry, Euphemia.
After Ulrich's move action.
And what are you going to do? You got to declare it.
Oh, I'm going to see where he moves to, and then I'm going to get ready to strike this zombie.
Okay. All right. Pyric, you are up.
And Am I correct in knowing that only dwarf pain was cried out? That there was no bovine pain or no sounds of you.
Make a perception check. Let's see if you notice that. That's
because I will take action when non-tough guys bleed.
Ulrich, did you take damage? You're the only dwarf here I know that cries out when he gets hit.
He's listening for whining, I'm pretty sure. That's you.
All right.
By
the way, half the party has their headwear on. I just noticed. So Rick's got the hat on, Steffi's got the hat on, Joe's got the hat on.
16.
So I don't want to say anything.
16.
16?
It's great for me. That's like phenomenal. That's like my 20.
Yeah, you know exactly who cried out from damage.
Now, who cried out? Did anybody cry out?
Euphemia got hit, right?
No, not a couple rounds ago.
No, I'm talking just in the most recent round.
Oh, most recent? I think it was.
It might have been me. I only got a 9 on my Constitution save.
Yeah. It was.
No, I'm immune to dwarf pain. So, okay, I'm going to focus on the horses then.
Make that animal handling check. Go for it.
Okay, where is my...
I feel like you can do this eventually.
I don't think I can. I think you underestimate how horrible I am.
I thought it was Euphemia crying.
Oh! Hey. 19. That means you easily, in this turn, you can wake the horse up gently, get it by the reins, guide it to the tree, and tie it up. So you've captured, you've taken care of Thrall's pony here. We're going to unsleep him.
And then move me towards whatever you think is reasonable, Russ, for movement towards the next pony.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, you're getting halfway back to the next set of horses. So you're right about there.
That's great. Thank you.
All right. You feel this? Fyric's on it. I love like little non-combat missions that are happening in the middle of a battle. Yeah. Ulrich, you're up. What are you going to do?
I take a step here. I wink at Euphemia.
Yep. She gives me the nod, and I attack. With my short sword, I rear back.
You're all screaming because I got hit. Oh, never mind. That was my brother.
And got a 15 as the highest roll.
That's a hit. No problem. These zombies are not hard to hit. That's for sure.
All right. Total damage is 5, 6 plus 3, 9 points of short damage.
So he's definitely been hit. Doesn't look bloody yet. He's still pretty good shape. And as you pierce him, again, black powder starts shooting out everywhere.
That's both
you, Euphemia, and Ulrich, you both must make Constitution saving throws, please.
I got an 11.
I got a...
Are you sure you're a dwarf?
13.
All right. Excellent. You are...
Little sister did better than you did.
You are both fine. You're both fine. That's the good news.
I think we're just fine, little brother.
All right.
I think he said bovine.
Like I think
you're both bovine.
It's very nasty. All right. Ulrich, nice job. It is now time for the entangled zombie.
So he can either attack with disadvantage, Russ, or he can use his action to try to break through.
I didn't finish my turn, Russ.
Oh, sorry. What else do you want to do?
I just moved.
I thought. Oh, sorry. Was it?
I moved
because I interrupted.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yes. What else do you want to do?
Well, I bring down my warhammer upon the zombie, and I'm going to do using advantage.
All right.
So 16 will be the best I have to hit.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
I'm going to use my divine smite on this too.
All right.
So he's going to take this damage, which is going to be 9, and then he takes this damage radiant, which is 23.
All right, nice. So you hit him, and then he looks like he's going to try to get back up, but then the radiant kicks in and he just explodes and is vaporized. But as he vaporizes, there's this big cloud of just this ash puff, poof, where his body used to be. There's just this puff, and you're both exposed to it again. So you both need to make another Constitution save.
Yeah, I forgot to move away.
Is it poison, Russ?
Negative.
Halfling Constitution. Woo-hoo!
Halfling is kicking in and saving the day. Dwarf?
9.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just start gagging, and it's like you got black lung. You're just in there. It's not poison. It's just like your lungs are full of this stuff, and it's like latching on to like all your oxygen receptors. And you're just like, like there's all kinds of medical emergencies going on right now in your
Joe got COVID.
Worse than Ulrich's pee in the camp.
Are you not immune to diseases yet?
I am used to disease.
Is it a disease?
Is it? I don't know.
Not a disease.
Just
you're basically breathing crap. That's what's happening.
Oh, can I
Your
use
body still needs oxygen, and you're not getting it. So basically, you have
can I use my
disadvantage.
Okay.
You have disadvantage. Oh, did you want to use Bardic Inspiration on the save?
Can I use that? Can I do that?
Can you use Bardic Inspiration for saving throws?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Right.
Can I do it after the fact?
Doc, you can use Bardic Inspiration for saving throws, right?
Yeah, you have to do it after you know. Well, let me see.
I think it's after. I think it's after.
You're supposed to decide before you know whether you passed.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I didn't know if I passed or failed, so I didn't use it, so I'm just gonna move. I use the rest of my movement to move there.
All right.
And that's
you have. So here's the good news, Joe. You have disadvantage until this clears out of your system, which will either be a minute or at the end of each year. End of each year turns after this one, you can try to make a save again to clear your lungs.
Okay.
So, so you might be able to clear it next turn, and then you might want to use Bardic Inspiration to clear it out.
Okay.
All right. But the good news is you killed the zombie creature. All right. Meanwhile, the entangled zombie now is going to try to attack Karluk, and he's going to try to make an intelligence check to see if he wants to break free, which would be the smart move, or fighting with disadvantage, which would be the dumb move. Oh, he does the smart move. He's going to try to break free. John, how does he break free from this?
He has to make a strength save versus my DC 14.
He makes strength is +1. He gets a 17. So he breaks free, getting out of the mess there that is the entangled spell. And then he's going to, is it his action to break free, I assume?
Was his action to break free.
Yeah, so he can't strike you, Karluk, but he's not going to walk away because he's going to draw a free strike because he's feeling like a pretty smart zombie at the moment. So he just steps out of the plant situation and is getting ready to square off with you. And Karluk, it's your turn.
Karluk is going to move to this side of the zombie, opposite of the entangled ground. And I'm going to attempt to hammer him with my horns, shoving him hopefully 10 feet back.
Oh, into the entanglement. That's pretty smart.
Difficult terrain, yep.
And I like it.
Some horn damage. So here we go.
All right.
Hammering horns is the ability.
Nice. That'll hit.
Ooh, there we go.
That'll hit all day.
And see, he'll be shoved 10 feet back unless he makes a saving throw DC 8 plus my prof bonus, that's 10, plus my strength modifier 14. So
what kind of save is it? Is it a strength save?
Strength save, DC 14.
All right, here he goes. Oh, he only gets to 12. So how far back does he go?
10 feet. And he takes D6 plus 4. He takes 6 damage.
And he takes 6 damage. So the good news is you slam him back into the entanglement. John, does he get re-entangled if you enter the entangled zone?
Sadly, no. It only happens when you cast it for the original, but it is difficult terrain.
All right. The bad news, though, is when you smack him again, the ash puffs right out all around him. Make your Constitution saving throw there, Karluk.
Oh, no.
Doesn't it get to puff out after he flies away? No.
It's where you hit him. It's like you hit him there. So,
yeah, probably.
You get like you're punching a bag of powder. It's just like...
Did you say what is a con save?
Yep. Yes. Yeah. Seppi's liking the powder situation. Oh. Well, since we gave a good luck out for a successful saving throw of a nat 20, I think we have to give a bad luck card out for a nat 1 save. So the bad news is you are now also dealing with the same lung problem that the dwarf has. So now you're a disadvantage on all your attacks until you clear this out. And also you've inherited this lovely card that's going to be minus D10 to an attack roll of the DM's choice. Why don't you go ahead and take that card and put it in your hand there, Karluk. The ash seems to be really affecting you. You're having a tough time aiming and having good judgment. It's just a mess.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Did you want to move at all, Karluk, after that? Or you already did move? You're done.
Oh, yeah. I sure will.
Go for it.
3, 4, right there.
All right. Thrall, you're up. We'll finish this turn here, guys, and we'll probably take a pause here. All right, Thrall, you're up. What are you going to do?
I am going to slam my fist into the ground and cast a second level Thunder Wave.
Ooh, nice.
Which will get these two guys right in front of me.
All right, excellent.
So that is going to be...
Ooh, he's doing it at level 2.
That is going to be 17 points of damage.
Nice.
Or is that add up right? 11, yeah, 17. It doesn't seem to add up right over here. But so it will DC 14 Constitution save, or they take half damage.
All right. So here comes the Constitution save for the bloodied zombie. Oops, darn it! I thought I turned that off. Oh, sorry, that was wrong.
It's weird that it only totaled it as 6, even though there's 3 dice there.
That's weird. Let me try that again. Here comes the Constitution save for the zombie, the bloodied zombie. He makes a 2. He fails. How much damage does he take?
So he's going to take 17 damage.
All right. So he takes 17 damage. That should kill him, except, did we mention he's a zombie? So he's got his undead fortitude here. So he's got to make a DC 5 plus the damage. How much damage did you do?
17.
17. Yeah, I don't think he can make that unless he rolls a nat 20.
20 automatically saves.
Yeah, here he goes, nat 20. Oh, so close.
So close.
But no, you destroy him in a puff.
He gets thrown back 10 feet. You sure he doesn't destroy in the air as he's flying backwards?
You know what? Let's find out. John, make an Arcana check to see if you pulled this off properly.
Sure, that's a thing I have. All right.
Or Druidic. I don't know. What do you got for Druidic?
I have nothing. I'll go with our Arcana's as good as anything. I'll go with
it's great.
What do I got to get?
Oh,
never mind.
That's going to tell the tale. Yeah, you do. You manage to blow him back, and he puffs in the air.
Now the other guy, the guy on my right, gets his save too.
Yep. Now you'll get the timing's right, but if you don't blow him back, then he's going to.
Right. I got you.
So he takes. He's got to make a
Constitution save.
Constitution saving throw. +3. Oh, nice. He fails.
So he takes 17 damage.
17 damage. How far back does he go?
10. He's going to blow up right next to Ulrich. It's awesome.
He is. 5-10. He blows up.
Well, Ulrich's already inflicted, though. What's the deal?
He takes 10 points of damage. He's not destroyed, but he is blasted back.
He's bloodied, right? I hope.
No, he's not bloodied, actually.
After 17 damage? Wow. All right.
So, did you do 17?
Yeah, 17. 17. 1-7.
Wait. I just typed it in wrong. There you go. Yeah, he's bloodied. All right, he's bloody. He's a mess. He's still around, though. And Joe, your brother sends a zombie flying by you, and you inherit another cloud of dust. The good news for you, though, because you're already infected, it's just getting a little bit worse. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't stack, but you're just like really having a bad day right now.
I expect.
Oh, you know what they did? That's so silly. I just figured out how the math works on this. So if you look at Thunderwave, it actually rolls the higher extra die separately.
Oh.
So if you hover over it, it says it's the higher level die, and it got the 6, and then the regular dice got the 11.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of silly. It doesn't total it for you, but anyway.
All right. Anything else, Thrall?
I am going to move now and use my brother as a shield just to complete the total embarrassment of what just happened.
You can hide behind me, brother. I'll protect you.
I just want to see it move around you. All right, I'm good. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to stay guarding Euphemia. I'm good.
All right. Well, it's a good thing you did, because as we end the round here and we get ready to pause for a dramatic moment, the last zombie, the zombie you just blasted back, gets to go. And he's gonna make an intelligence check to try not to fight the guy that no one can ever hit. Oh, but he fails, and he swings right at you, Joe. And because he rolled a natural 1, he just automatically misses because it's complete incompetence. So he is done. However, just as you guys feel like it's gotten as bad as it can get, and you decide you're going to stay there, Thrall and cover Euphemia, it's probably a good thing you did, because you hear a light rustle coming out of that building behind the halfling, and sure enough, right there, 2 more of those plant creatures are coming right up over the wall and about to dive onto Euphemia. Let me pause. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So next Monday, good for everybody?
6:30
for me.
That's great.
Right.
Just quick for our new game, who took the most damage this today?
I took 5.
I took 3.
All right. Euphemia is doing our recap next time.
All right. That's all the damage? Oh, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, most damage does the recap.
I'm going to put that on the...
This is the guy that hangs out with the horses all the time. No wonder he did this to me.
And Rafe had a song to sing about the situation we are, or Kalik was going to sing us a song. Did you see the song that I posted?
Are there 2 of them behind you? Wow. No, I didn't see the song.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. Somebody did.
I can't see the bad guys.
Joe saw it. And he's old enough to get the joke.
Yep.
All right. Euphemia got a recap for next time.
Oh, here it is.
So we'll kick it off next time. Seppi, I had a quick question for you, though.
Yeah.
So as a game designer,
Isn't that the Beatles?
The holiday season is coming. Let's say I wanted to get like a future gift. You know, some people buy like gift boxes for their gamer friends. Like, is there like a new game coming to Kickstarter or anything cool that I should like be considering getting for my gamer significant other who might like a holiday gift? Like a little, I bought this Kickstarter for you that you're going to get next summer kind of situation?
That is so nice of you to ask. First of all, we got written up in the Star Tribune for gift guide. So the games that we already have out got featured, and that was great for us. And so thanks to Star Tribune.
Fight in the Box games, right?
Yeah, Fight in the Box games. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Our 5th title is actually coming out, Russ, and it is called Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber.
Ooh, I played that game with you at a convention back when people went to conventions and socialized.
I know.
That's a fun game. I played one of the early prototypes. That's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. And it's actually going to be on the Sovereignty game platform a month before the Kickstarter, so we can all play together. And so you don't even have to speculate how awesome the game is. You can actually see how awesome the game is.
Deductive reasoning like detective work with mice, cheese, and cucumbers.
Yes, mouse, cheese, and cucumber. It's a asymmetric tile placement hidden roles game that if you play the quick version, it plays in 14 minutes. If you play the full set with the expansion, it plays in 45 minutes. It's super good.
Is it fair to say it's like playing Werewolf or Battlestar Galactica, but with cucumbers and mice?
Yes, and in a maze. It's like playing. Okay. It's like playing that in case the cucumber was psychotic and was trying to kill you all.
So if someone wants to learn more, where do they go? Fightinthebox.com? Do they go?
Fightinthebox.com is great. We're still doing The Adventures of Kaiser Cucumber, which is a comic book or comic series. It's choose your own adventure about the bad guy in this. It's sort of half silent movie, half Pixar's Inside Out. It is super high concept.
All right.
And it's all choose your own adventure. So everybody votes what terrible thing we're going to do the next week.
Awesome. All right, speakable and terrible things next week. That's what we're going to be doing next Monday, 6:30, right here for more Dungeons and Dragons. All right, guys, have a great week. Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.